Tuesday, we made it, guys! Yay! So glad you all could be here tonight, and so glad you could be here tonight as well. So welcome to Warda. We are once again here in the Pocket Dimension with these fine, lovely folks who are here to play Warda. For those of you that are new to the chat tonight, Warda is a fate-based game. We play loosey-goosey around here. Very loosey-goosey. We play a loosey-goosey version of Fate. In the world of Warda. Warda is Downton Abbey meets Game of Thrones with Fae. With a large hierarchy where Fae are at the top and humans are scraping the bottom. And that's what we do around here on Tuesday nights, and we'll be doing it tonight with these wonderful actors from here in Chicago. First off, we welcome you, as always, and we'll keep waving as much as you want. But let's go around the table and let's introduce ourselves. We will say your name, your real name, what your... Stop it, Tippin.
Not even Frank.
When the camera goes on, you are no longer people. You are figments of people's imaginations now.
You're assuming I was Frank.
You were ever Frank.
At a point in time.
No, you've always been Tippin. We've all known. I want you to tell your real name, what your character's name is, and what your character is. So the chat will know. So let's start with you.
Hi there, my name is Alexis Cohen-Penna, and I will be playing Alva Goldfinch, who is a fairy hat maker and a dealer of secrets.
My name is Frank Aspero. I am playing Tippin, just Tippin, and I am a pixie. Well, I'm a rogue pixie, but also going to be a pixie assassin / lots of other things. I'm a pixie assassin, guys.
Very evolved. Hello, my name is Amy Powell, and I will be playing Owin Bolard, who is a dandy curiosity shop owner and lover of adventure. Oh, half G Nayati.
Everyone, can we get we're not a round of applause because it'll go havoc with the mics, but can we all get a jazz hands in the air that Owin Bolard is back, guys?
Back together.
That's actually how you applaud in ASL.
In ASL.
It is. That's very true.
That's how you applaud.
Perfect.
Welcome back, Amy.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited.
It's going to be so good. I'm very, very excited.
I don't know everything that's been going on in the past few episodes, so I'm really excited to find out.
Which is perfect, because I don't think Owen would know. She's been busy doing stuff.
Yeah.
We'll get what she's been doing a little later on. And last but not least, a returning voice and face.
You voted!
Yeah.
I am Bill Gordon, and I am going to be playing a young Griffin Hood. He is a human. He is particularly a thief of weather magic. It is his primary form of combat. And apparently when he was younger, he was very angry. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Quite deadly, that Griffin Hood. That's everybody. Let's also... I'm Drew Merzieski. I'm your GM for the night and Master of Ceremonies for Warda. And let's start doing our thank yous. First off, we got to thank Allie on the ones and twos tonight. Allie!
Hey everybody, welcome back. Huh?
Oh yeah, she's my wife.
Whoa!
That's Bill's
Catch
new
up,
thing.
Bill.
He says that all the time to
I
us.
do. It's because I live with them.
Do they know each other? Welcome back, everybody. We're happy to have you here. As we've been chatting in the chat, there's stuff afoot, and we're very, very, very grateful for each and every one of you for tuning in this week and every week, and for supporting us on the Patreon and tweeting to us on the Twitter and making wonderful things happen. It's all because of you guys, so we're really, really, really happy that you're all here. Yeah, we'll talk more.
We got to give a big thank you and shout out to the One Shot Podcast Network.
One Pod Shot Net.
One Pod Shotcast.
The One Pod Shotcast. Woo! Just shots for days. The One Shot Podcast Network.
I will totally.
And for letting us use all their equipment and be here in the Pocket Dimension. Without them, we'd just be a bunch of nerds in an alley. So just
Never again.
Just never. We're not going back, Bill. Back to us just playing
In the alley.
What do you do?
I lost a lot of dice.
The rats took
The
them.
rats took
I
them.
had to fight with a cat for one once. It
So
became a
we're
D3.
thankful to them. Please take a moment if you can and go to the One Shot Podcast Network's page and listen to their weekly stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on with the One Shot Podcast Network.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button for them. If you get a chance, hit the subscribe button for us as well. And join Warda every week here on the One Shot Podcast Network Twitch at 7 o'clock, like we're doing tonight. But also, would you stop that? I can see you out the corner of my eye.
What's funny is that the chat keeps waving back.
Also join us on iTunes and Simplecast, where we put up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays episodes that have come before. And join us on the Patreon. We are at what? We're at 225 now?
Wow.
We are at 225, which means we already have the t-shirts. But if we get to 300,
Please, guys.
we'll be releasing all of Winds of Change, which happens 10 years after what happens here.
Yeah, I want you guys to see it. It's so good.
It's a good thing. It's a year's worth of games all out
That's
there.
crazy.
And
all Griff all the time.
all Griff all the time. It's an older, wiser Griff.
Yeah. He's been through some shit.
Yeah. But again, these characters also exist. Well, maybe not Tippin. But everyone else exists.
Whoa, that was dark.
Look,
You can't do that like that.
they're
Stop
pixies.
it.
Their
Stop.
lives are dark. They're just little rays of sunshine that are gone before you know it.
They're like a
And
fire.
Should not be laughing.
no, should not be laughing. So please do that. Another announcement we have a new article up on the website. You guys can read all about Saugers up on the website right now. You'll find them in the Martial Guild section. I'm also working on a types of magic page that I'm going to come out with because we've discovered that there's a lot of types of magic.
Yeah, there sure are.
There's a lot of types of magic and how they all correlate and what's good with them and stuff like that. Like gravity magic with the fairies.
Yeah.
It's a thing that they can do.
How about the magic of friendship?
Magic of friendship doesn't exist in this world. Everyone's out for themselves.
I feel like that's
Tippin.
how Tippin works, though.
There are no little ponies here.
There are no little ponies here. There's only dark secrets
And dinner.
dead pixies and dead humans
And dire goats.
and dire goats.
about-
And out there somewhere is Conrad Cleanpaws.
Oh.
Somewhere.
Let's. So those are our thank yous and our introductions and our new things. Is there anything else, Allie? Can you think of anything else to announce before we're done?
If you have ordered some Warda merch, I dropped the link in the chat again. If you've ordered Warda merch, when it gets here, take some selfies and hashtag WardaWear so that we can see them. We want to see them with our eyeballs. So take pictures, wear them, tell people about it. Go places together while wearing the same shirt.
Tell people what they are. Say if you have a moment to speak about Warda, your Lord
Have you
Master.
heard about Tippin? Have you heard the good word
Have
of
you had the
Tippin?
good word of Tippin? Have you heard the good word of the Dare?
Have you heard the good word of Conrad Cleanpaws?
Have you heard about the will of the world?
Have you
Yeah.
heard about the so-and-so?
And keep emailing us and keep talking to us about stuff that you'd like to see become a part of the world. We sent out the lovely canon character survey to our Patreon patrons. If you become a Patreon patron at $3 and up, you get voting powers on the plot points. And if you become a Patreon patron at $5 and up, $5 a month,
That's it, guys.
you get to be a canon character in the world for
Less than a
all
lunch.
time. Yeah, less than your Starbucks.
Yeah, listen to your Starbucks.
And we want to make those characters with you. Some of you have already responded to the survey. Some of you have yet to do so. But we are super excited about the responses we've gotten so far. These are very cool characters, and we're very excited to put them in the world. So think about it.
Cool. And we are now at our favorite segment of the pre-game.
That's right.
We're going to do Getting to Know You.
Getting to know
you.
Getting to know all about
you. I still wasn't ready.
I know. You're a repeat offender, too.
that one
You've
out.
been gone so long.
So long. I
miss
know.
you.
I know.
And so, with Getting to Know You, our question tonight is tell us your most romantic moment for your character. Or, if you feel you have not yet had that romantic moment, give us your most your perfect date as it was. Like the moment that would be most idealistic and romantic to you, if you could choose, if you could like make it for yourself. And let's start with Tippin.
Tippin's most romantic moments. I think how he envisions it is different from what he's experienced. I guess he envisions a romantic moment to be kind of like the classic romantic moment of like sitting and watching a sunrise with someone. of note. But I think Tippin's personal experience with romance is much more mundane than like big classy shows of extravagant wonder, and more just like spending his day, which is a long time for him, with someone he cares about, and that's how he's more experienced romance, I guess.
That's cool.
It's more just like, you know, it's a day, but like spending a day doing nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Whoa.
Less, which is a lot for Tippin because he doesn't ever do nothing.
No pixie does. They're always doing something.
They're always doing something.
Pixies
so
don't
like,
get days off.
spending a whole day doing nothing is incredibly romantic for
Interesting.
Tippin.
That's really cool. I think that's with a lot of pixies. Although I will tell you, one of my favorite Tippin romantic moments was Joe flying when Joe put her arms out to fly. Joe is a wingless pixie, and he was carrying her, and as they were flying, she put her arms out.
She had little goggles. She
Oh
put
my
like her
gosh.
goggles down. I helped her fly. I also
beautiful.
may have used your name to try and bribe someone into making wings for Owen.
That's okay.
A
I
certain,
think I
Owen
would have
for
a
Joe.
certain Casper.
Okay,
um,
what about
Casper.
Casper?
I just
It wa-
I used Casper's crush on you
Oh.
to make him make things for me.
I approve of that.
Okay.
I approve of
I
that.
thought you would.
Yeah.
Also, I have a rose to give you.
Next, we go to Owen.
Well, I don't think Owen has had too many. I mean, there's been some, obviously, with Sandir, but it's been like, he's been very romantic, and I've been very like, okay.
Dolly.
But I think that the most romantic thing that I would want is just somebody at home at the end of the day, like making me dinner. Like I come home from a long day of adventuring and hunting down artifacts, and the handsome Fae is at home and making me dinner, and generally keeping everything tidy. I think that's the life for me.
Wow, that's nice.
I'm
I
just
have a
saying,
question.
I feel like
Yeah,
Tippin's made you dinner.
There's a question from Allie.
Yeah, I have a question about that. Owen, in the past, you have hinted at being asexual or aromantic or something on that spectrum. Can you speak to that a little bit?
I can. So specifically with like the someone being at home, handsome, Fae, male or female, it's more about companionship, because Owen doesn't. I mean, I don't really like. Romance is not really a thing that excites me so much as just having someone who would be there as a companion. I think that's as romantic as I can get.
That's really interesting. Really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Griff.
Before I start, Allie, I have a question.
Yes.
I know the stuff I can't talk about for sure.
Yeah.
Get to 300 guys.
And you'll find
It's so good, guys.
But can I talk about what happened?
I would say
with Alice.
as vaguely as you can.
Okay. So I'm gonna talk in vagaries, and if you want specifics,
Because-
300 is a really
so-
great number.
So let me
Yeah, please
elaborate
elucidate.
a little bit. So you may remember, friends, that Mephanis Ardeo, when Griffin was last on the show, Griff was given a task by Mephanis Ardeo. He was given an apple, and he was given a task to figure something out. What we did is Drew and I sat down with Bill, and we played a one-shot of Griff figuring out the apple. That is going to be released on the podcast for show. That's not a tease. That's for sure. You're going to get that on the podcast. It'll go to the Patreon patrons first, but it will be on the podcast. I'm not sure. I mean, it's going to come in after that episode in the podcast, so it'll come in chronological order. So it's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah,
Okay,
a couple
cool.
more
2
weeks.
Yeah.
So Griff is going to reference something here that happens in that episode.
Yes, or I'll talk in vagaries.
Please.
So in general, Griff is the kind of person that he's on his own very much, and he's oftentimes, when he's with other people, like with Iggly, he's treated like a human. Iggly less so than other people. Iggly at least thinks of him as like an effective tool. But so he doesn't often get an opportunity to feel free or feel like he can do whatever he wants because of this human like oppression that's going on in the city.
The conditioning. Yeah.
So Griff I think that his ideal experience with a female is someone that understands his passion, or at least someone that it's got to either be somebody that looks at him like he's important, which is something that we experienced with the game that we did with the one shot, or someone that can keep him on his toes. Griff is normally very, he's normally 2 steps ahead of everybody, and so if somebody can like keep him on his toes and make him, he finds the unexpected very exciting, and someone that can meet him on a passion level as well.
Cool.
So if we were talking like a date, it would probably honestly be going around town, like graffitiing a couple things, maybe stealing something, and then like ending up under a tree, like under the stars, and then like ruining a party with a rainstorm or something.
Vandals, dig it, yeah. Alva.
Right. Alva has already had she considers a fair amount of romance, more than she ever expected in her life. And her most romantic moment to date was not with Felix Drame. Sorry, Felix. It was with Ganton Broom, her fiance. They were planning on getting married, who's the Sylvani who got murdered and who she is attempting to avenge at this point in time. But in the middle of their relationship, at one point she's walking home from work, and she like takes a trolley home from work, and then she walks through a park, and he was waiting there in the park for her. Like, he knocked off work early, and he came to see her, and they walked and they talked, and they ended up making out in the park. And then this old fairy comes by, and he starts shouting at them, because although it's less taboo than if humans and fae are getting together, fae of different races, or an elemental fae with a fairy, still kind of frowned upon. And Ganton ended up shouting back at this guy, and then he picked her up in a fireman's carry and said, "This one's mine, you can't have her," and he just ran off. Which she thought was romantic and ridiculous. Kind of stupid, but he got under her skin, like he got her to trust him, which is something Alva does not do with people. So they had a lovely, meaningful conversation in the park, and then it started pouring, and they ran back to her house, and they went up to her flat, and they didn't leave for 2 days.
Aw, cute.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
Well, Bill.
Board games. They were playing board games.
Lots
Hey,
and lots
really
of-
quick before we move on to the next thing, a special shout out and welcome to our latest Patreon patron, Zachary, who just joined us. Thank you for joining us, Zachary. If you're watching or listening, or if you are listening to this later on the play-by-play, thank you so much. We're super happy you're here. We are now at 40 whole patrons. 40 humans. 40 humans and 40 fae out there like what we're doing, which is pretty amazing.
That is pretty awesome.
Mind blown. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. All right, guys. That was great. That was awesome. Anything else? Oh, my last thing I gotta thank is I gotta thank all you guys out there for being a part of this. Warda is bigger than I think we ever thought of. I mean, we had hopes for it, but it's another thing to see it happen. It's another thing to have people say that we want to give you, that we want to support you in this, and we want to be a part of it, and this is really cool. And me and Ali are working really hard to make sure that it continues to be a cool thing, and it continues to grow and evolve. So thank you. And thank you to you guys as well, because you guys come here every week to do stuff, and it means a lot to us. So thank you.
Yes.
All right. You guys ready?
Indeed.
We're ready.
Okay. Let's begin with our cold open, as we usually do. So, we open on the Undercity of Amenheim. We see a veritable army of wardens, all of them stretched out in neat lines towards the farthest, well, I guess it's closest to Amongrad you could get. They've just entered and they've set themselves up. There's even like a base camp, basically. The city is mostly locked down in some way or another. There are people that are getting out of these small wards and trying to give the wardens as much room as they possibly can. Because in front of the wardens, there's at least several, maybe like 100,000 humans that have all shown up for this riot and have burnt a good portion of the city and vandaled most of it and accosted fae and done other various crimes at this point. And these wardens are lined up and they're prepared to head in. And we already know from last week that we look out and we see the shimmer of the dampening field that has gone over this entire group of people. And the camera pans through this war camp, basically, and comes to a central place. We can see above the war camp, above the central HQ, there are airships in the skies over Ammenheim, with searchlights out, and there's a lot going on with that. We go into a small tent, a rather large command tent. In that command tent, we come right up to a Johnny, and he's a very imposing Johnny in a very immaculate warden's suit of pure white and gold, and he's colored like a thunderstorm, dark grays and blacks, and his hair is stark white. Although you'd known him as Jardane Fleet, who is the head of the wardens. And he's sitting there in a command center there's a bunch of fae around him, and they're moving markers back and forth and handing him reports, and he's reading them. He's got mutton chops, big imposing mutton chops of this like stark white. His eyes are a lightning yellow, and they actually have like a light to them. And he's sitting back and forth, speaking. And one of them comes up to him and says, my lord Fleet, you have a visitor? And Lord Jardane looks down and goes, who could it possibly be? We're a little busy right now. And he goes, sir, it's the Pinnacle. And he goes, very well, I'll take her in my office. And he turns around and goes to another place. And there, standing in this small tent, is Millicent Gaynor. Millicent, he says.
Jardane.
I'm a little busy right now, Millicent.
I can see that.
How can I assist you?
I'm going to need some of your people to assist me. There is an issue of the utmost importance that requires backup.
Millicent, I apologize, but do you not see that there are 100,000 rioters out there I have to take care of?
I see that.
And you're saying there's something more important?
Yes.
Can you elucidate in any way, shape, or form,
I'm
Millicent?
not at liberty to say, my Lord Fleet, but trust me when I say I would rather be anywhere than here during a riot while you have work to do.
Millicent, I have no one to give you. Everyone else I have that's available, they're taking care of a downed airship. There's a bunch of people half naked in the sky right now that I'm trying to take care of and bring them down. I'm still waiting to hear back from my Sauger team. We are still waiting to hear back from everybody that's out there.
I understand that.
So what do you want me to do, Millicent? Please, elucidate. And he goes and he sits down in his chair.
You don't have anyone else you can call in.
I'm at my max here. I can't spare any more wardens.
Not even for a matter of national importance?
Millicent, you and I are of the same rank. You run the Guardians, but I run the Wardens. You can tell me what's wrong.
There's a key missing.
You're cagging me.
I wish.
Which key?
One of the keys.
One of the universal keys?
There's a gate. It has a key that goes to it, and the key is missing.
Fine, Millicent, if we're going to batter back and forth with this, if we're going to be cryptic, very well. I can spare 20 wardens for you.
That's not enough.
How many do you need?
50.
50?
Yes.
45.
45, and you're going to watch a prisoner for me.
What prisoner?
We've caught one of the people who had their hands on the key last, and he needs to be watched
One
closely.
of these, and he lifts up a note and goes, Spiderwillow people?
Yes.
All right, I'll watch him. Where
I
is he?
understand the timing is terrible, but
It is very terrible.
it's very
Millicent.
important. She goes back outside to where...
And Jardane follows her as they head out, and they eventually come to a coach that's being guarded by Jinra, who is standing there. And they go and they open up. She's like, this is where he is?
Yes, he's inside.
Jinra, please open the door. And Jinra opens the door, and there's nobody inside.
Jinra, what happened here?
I swear, I looked in there like a minute ago, Pinnacle. He was there.
A minute?
It was a minute.
And you haven't seen anyone on this street?
I haven't seen anyone, Pinnacle. It's just me.
She half steps inside the coach and searches it herself, checking the seats and the other door to make sure that there's no one there.
Jardine puts his head in and goes, lost something?
Hilarious.
I know, my wife thinks I am.
Cag. You can do me one more favor, Jardine.
Oh, please, please. Whatever it is, I can't wait to hear it.
A teleport stick.
Okay, I can do that. Parker! And Warden runs up. He's got a bunch of teleportation sticks on him. Parker, teleportation stick. Where do you want to go? Jinra tugs your shirt and goes, maybe we should go to the Ardeo estate. That's the last place they said.
We have business at the Ardeo estate.
Ardeo estate it is. Parker.
Send your team there.
Very well. I'll send them within an hour or two.
As soon as you can, Jardine.
As soon as I can.
Thank you. And she takes the stick, snaps it, and she's gone.
As Jinra and Millicent dissolve into a poof and then are gone, we follow Jardine Fleet back to his command center. And as he sits down in his big chair, he rubs his temples, thinks about what's going on, and looks over the reports, and he goes, is everything ready? And Parker comes up to him and goes, yes, sir. The dampening team is through. We haven't heard any word from them yet, but they are out in the field. The dampening field is up. Shall we make the announcement? Yes, please, Parker. And we hear a booming sound over the crowd that goes, Faye of Amenheim, half genes, and full Faye. If you are within the dampening field, we ask that you leave at this time. You have 3 minutes. And 3 minutes go by. We see Jardine flip over an hourglass, and we watch it as it runs out. And when it finally runs out, he flips it over. Give the second call. Faye, this is your only warning. If you have not left, you have no room left. Our final warning are to humans. Disperse. No. You have 3 minutes. And he turns it over again. And we wait for 3 agonizing minutes. And the command tent is silent. And when it runs out, he looks over and he goes to Parker, I hope by the dare they did. Did they? No, sir. They didn't. Very well. Give the last call. Humans of Amenheim, your warning has been given. There will be no others. To which he then says, send the pixie. And they open up like a small lantern, and a pixie comes out, immaculately dressed. And it combed, coiffed, little cuffs, walks over, and he goes, my lord. Pixie? He goes, my name is Jules, sir. And he goes, I apologize. For a Seelie pixie, I will say such. I apologize. I forget myself. Yes. What is your message to Doxmer, Elris? Tell Doxmer that they refuse to disperse. He has jurisdiction now. Very well. I will return with his report. And he flies out. And we go to the intro. Okay, we begin as we always do, high above the city of Angrad. It's night, or early morning, depending on the hours of the clocks. We hear the chimes of ding, ding, 2 o'clock in the morning. The moon is full as we glide over the city, sparkling with hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of lights. We head over the high dark mountains, and we can see down below, as we head over, we can see the Ivory Glade lit up with blue light and beautiful gold light. And we can see the ivory trees, and we can see the great towers of the Sealy as we head over it. But we immediately head into steady like drum music, like dun 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 dun, as we head into smoke that's rising out of the mountains because of all the smoke that's coming out from the Undercity. And through the vents, we dive through the smoke into Amenheim, and we come down into a city that's on fire. And we hear the screams, and we see people running everywhere, trying to get away. We see half-genes crawling out of the dampening field, trying to get away from it, and others and humans that are pulling them back in. We see defiant humans standing their ground and beginning to build barricades, saying, "This is where we stand. This is where we are. If it's gonna be tonight, it's gonna be tonight that we do it." The half-genes promised one thing, but no more. We stand tonight, and we like pass through them. People cough through the smoke.
Very realistic.
And we alight ourselves as we head up over the dampening field, and we look over and we can see this army of wardens stretched out as we alight on a rooftop. Where sits Alva and Embrilar, who has just passed out.
Embrilar, come on, wake up. She like starts slapping him.
No, Dad, no.
Hag this field, wake up! I need you to wake up. Come on, you want to get out of here, right? You don't want me to leave you on a roof.
My tummy hurts.
I can't. If I leave you here, you're probably gonna die. I might I might fall over any minute. Come on, you want to get up? You want to get out of this cagging city? You want to see Fennel again?
No.
You want to see your locker room partner again?
And he rolls over and he's like, "No."
Yeah, great. We all got people we want to see, okay? You want to see Fennel? I want to see Huey again, if I can. Yeah, if I never see Huey again because of your unconscious butt, I will rip your horns off. And sell them to someone.
Oh.
And it's at this, Griff, that you are heading over the rooftops, and you see these two.
Great. I have a quick question
Sure.
just for later.
Sure.
Please describe the airships to me.
Okay.
Terrible, terrible
The airships are basically boats that fly.
Okay.
They are. There's a lot of mechanica in them. They are mostly run by mechanica, not by Fey natural magic.
Is it like a balloon? Is it so there's?
It's like a buoyant boat in the air. There's
Interesting.
no envelope to it.
Okay, great.
They usually are propelled by wind mechanica,
Okay.
by air mechanica that propel them, and they're held aloft by anti-gravity mechanica.
So I'm really sorry that I'm referencing this movie, but are we talking like the Attack of the Clones speeders in Coruscant?
Yeah, actually, but they look more like boats.
Good. Okay, cool.
Cool.
I feel
Alva,
sick referencing that movie.
Alva, will you describe your character for the people that have never seen your character before, and we'll have Griff describe his character after that.
Definitely. Alva is a fairy of about standard height and weight. So she looks like a human, except she's got pointy ears, and she's got very thick blonde hair that's sort of tucked up back into a bun. She has green eyes that are kind of narrowed in anger right now as she's shaking an semi-unconscious half Gina Friddy. She's dressed in like a shirtwaist and a skirt and a jacket, so very Edwardian, not terribly ostentatious, but like pastel colors. And she's got a hat, much like this one, on her head, and the hat's magic, so the flowers on it are like fading and regrowing and fading and regrowing. Although given her agitation, that's probably interfering with things, so they're moving a little less right now.
They're more dead now than alive.
Yeah, they're just dead. And
Griff.
and she looks sick and she's coughing.
Griff, describe yourself.
So Griff is a fairly average-sized human. He's a little on the lankier side, just because he's quite nimble. He has right now. He actually has a part of his cloak is over his mouth because he's using it to filter the smoke. And he has a cloak on. It actually is covering like his head and his mouth. And he generally wears dark greens, blacks. Kind of think like your average rogue type character. He's got also a long coat on. Inside this coat is where he keeps his vials, which is what he holds the weather magic in. Also, all of the random ass shit he picks up. So
Just a coat of many pockets.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Cool, cool. And you see this. You see what's going on.
Cool. Question about the dampening field.
Sure.
Tell me about it.
So the dampening field, there is actually the mechanica is right next to you. There's a mechanica that is running a dampening field that has been put into a grid over this area. The effect of it is kind of a shimmer.
Okay.
And you do feel something with it,
Yeah, I figured. Okay.
which is disconcerting to you.
Yes. But not surprising.
Not surprising.
What
but
are the effects on the person exactly?
on a Fae. On a
Yeah,
Fae,
on
what
a-
it will do is it dampens your magic. It makes you
right,
sick,
okay.
basically. It doesn't sever you from your magic. Once a Fae is severed from their magic, they're dead. But not like in an instantaneous way. It's a wasting sickness type thing, where you shrivel and turn to dust, basically, over the course of like a couple of months. It's a painful, horrible way to go. And dampening and nullification magic is highly dangerous and highly specialized, which is why they do these dampening fields. It just makes Fae sick, and you can do magic, but it's hard.
Like kryptonite.
It's like kryptonite for them.
2 more questions.
Sure.
1, is the dampening field a dome, or is it like a flat cylinder?
It's more like it's a box.
It's a box.
actually.
Okay,
They've
great.
made it into a box.
Okay. And can I roll a Mechanica to see if I know the ins and outs of this thing?
Sure, go for it.
Cool.
I mean, you're not gonna have to get closer, but you're like
Yeah.
over the. But you like look down. Roll me an Arcanica to see if you even know what it is.
A Mechanica.
A Mechanica. On the
I'm
map.
going to. 6.
6. I'm gonna say that you don't know what it is. It's a Mechanica you have never seen before.
Interesting. Great. Well, then I need to get closer.
Okay.
And I can see what it's doing to people.
Yeah. Roll me a luck.
A luck? That's just
2 of
2.
them.
Okay.
You're fine.
I'm fine. All right. So I see them. My first impulse is to disable the device. And being a human, I guess I figure I can figure this out. So I want to go try and dismantle the field projector.
Okay.
Do I need to roll to see him doing this?
Are you being stealthy about it?
I probably need to be.
So roll me a stealth.
4.
4. I want you to roll me a notice.
Oh, for
You got a lot of these. Back alley?
fairy hat make back alley or eye for understanding.
Eye for understanding.
We also know each other.
This is true.
Better.
It's a little better. It's currently still at a 2. Can I match his 4 with another?
Oh, yeah. With that, you can
Okay,
do that, and you can match
his
it.
4.
So basically, you catch him as he head over to it.
What? No, don't do Griff?
Alva? What are you doing out here?
Oh God! don't touch that.
Why? I'm gonna turn it off.
No, you can't turn it off.
Why can't I turn it off?
Because it's over the slide. It's over the home base of the Spiderwillow gang.
But what?
There's a building in the slide that
Uh-huh.
me and this idiot need to get to.
For now.
So me turning this off isn't helpful?
No, it isn't.
Why?
Because I want everyone in the Spiderwillow gang, most of whom are Fae, to be incapacitated.
Right, so we turn it off and we bring it with us and turn it back on.
That's not how it works. I don't know how it works, but trust me, that's not how it works.
Don't tell me how it works and how it doesn't work. You don't know. I'm gonna find out. He goes and starts moving back towards
Okay.
the
Griff,
thing.
if you break that field, then Spiderwillow is going to have the energy and power to consolidate and possibly take down Mr. Twitchwiggler. So be very careful.
I'll be careful. I'll be for Mr. Twitchwiggler.
Roll me a luck, Alva. You're starting to feel the effects. So, I mean, you're not incapacitated in any way, shape, or form, but you are feeling the effects of the dampening field. It's beginning to catch up with you.
Okay. While I'm heading towards the dampener, are there like business stands? Like, are we in like
You
a
are on a
market?
rooftop.
Oh, so the dampener's on a rooftop?
Yeah.
Cool. Great. So I want to go to the dampener.
Okay, so you head over to the dampener. It is a cylinder that is emitting this low hum.
Okay.
It's got an emitter at the top of it.
Okay.
And it's on like a stand, and it's got like a little control panel.
Is there anything I can open?
There's a control panel
Great.
in the front of it.
I would like to open the control panel.
You go to the control panel, and you open it.
Yes.
And it's got a series of like buttons and switches and like knobs and dials and stuff.
Cool. That's fine. I'm looking for like a crystal. I'm looking for like the power source for this thing.
It's from Roll Me a Mechanica.
And I'll roll first, and then we'll see. This evens out. So, because I'm the janitor at the Weather Guild and I'm around Mechanica a lot, and because Resourceful Mind is always prepared,
Okay.
I want to add 2 to this, or so plus 4 to this, which would put me up to 8.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. You can't turn it off. You go through it and you find the power source, and it's locked down tight.
Okay.
Like there's no way to get to it.
There's not?
None. It's they've thought about this.
Okay.
It's built in such a way that it doesn't have like you unscrew it and then open it. It's you look at it and you just decide this thing is gonna self-destruct when it's done. It's on a timer. Which means it blows itself when the dampening field is over.
Okay. Now, how heavy is this thing?
It's enough that somebody can pick it up and carry it.
Cool.
As he's thinking real quick,
Yeah.
Alva, as you're sitting there, like Embrilar drooling on the ground next to you, a black cat comes up and begins to be very, very interested in Embrilar.
Please go away.
And the cat looks at you, like narrows its eyes, and then looks at Embrilar, and then it puts its paw on his face, and then looks at you.
Unless you're here to help us, please go away. Oh
He's
my
like
God, I'm talking to a cat.
He's like whack, 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 whack. Like
you want me to hit him?
he's like
'Cause I'll hit him.
He's like hitting Embrilar in the face with it, and then when Embrilar is not responsive, he goes over to you, and like nuzzles up against you, and you see he's got something on his collar. You pull out a small cylinder that unscrews, and you open it, and the cat is gone. The cat has now left, and you see that it has a note. Dear Embrilar, situation has changed. Do not go over after Limply Strug. Find Royland Ponce. He has the key. Signed, Mr. M.
Ah.
P.S. Find Royland Ponce. Bring the key to me.
While this is happening,
Yeah, while you're doing this.
Griff has, since we're on rooftop, has been acquiring clotheslines and sheets.
Okay.
And he has concocted a balloon, if you will, like he's just kind of tied everything together and attached it to the cylinder.
I don't think you have the light gas to make a balloon.
I have the hot air.
I mean, you need a very large balloon.
Okay, fine.
You want to build a hot air balloon in what, the next 5 minutes?
Okay, fine. So it won't work for that thing. I'm taking it with me, though.
That's fine. You want to strap it Yoda style to your back, that's cool, but
Okay.
like making a hot air balloon, I don't think you can do that.
Okay, so...
I mean, you can try. If you want to try, I mean, I'm sending it like a 9. Like,
I don't think I can get to a 9.
Griff, laundry later. We have other things to do.
Okay, so...
You haven't exploded it. That's great.
I can't turn it off, and I probably shouldn't bring it with me. So, what are you reading?
Nothing. Here, carry him.
and she passes you the comatose Embrilar, who like hits and goes, "Oh, hi,
And
Griff."
I hang on, so I put the blanket on the ground, put him on the ground, and then take the cords, pull them over my shoulder so we can drag him on the ground.
Cool. You don't want to take the thing?
Well, I can kind of be around it, but she can't. I mean, I want to take it with me, but...
I don't care what it's doing to me.
All right, I'm bringing it.
All right. All right. Roll. Do you have craft?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Because to make like a hot air balloon or like a sled, I mean, it's easy enough just to make like a thing that you can pull them on.
Oh.
But if you're gonna make like an improvised sled to drag everybody on, it's gonna be a craft.
Okay, can I just roll?
Yeah, sure, you can roll for it.
Can I have my dice?
Of course.
Thank you. And I'll decide in a second. Let's see what happens. A resourceful mind is always prepared.
So that's a 4.
So 4.
I'm gonna say you're able to make. What are you making? What are you making here?
I mean, I like the idea of like a sled.
Okay. So out of clothes and rope and like a door, you make a sled.
Yay.
So you're able to like carry Embrilar and the device
Yes.
with you.
Time bomb.
All right, we're gonna go down, and we're gonna find this particular house. I don't suppose you know of a house with the Spiderwillow symbol on it in the slide.
Do I?
Roll me
Resources?
roll your sources.
Is there anything I can do to help?
1.
Nope. That is, I mean, you didn't know about Spiderwillow until
Right.
you came back to Mr. Twitchwiggler and he like debriefed you.
Right.
And told you to go out and make sure everything was okay.
Right. Okay. So no, I don't know where it is.
Okay, I need to find this house. I need to find a Nayati who can do emotional manipulation magic. That's who I'm looking for. And I need to find them in this very small window of time before everything comes down around our heads.
Do you have any names?
No, I don't have a name. I've been working on that.
All right.
All right, and I'm going to go, and I'd like you to come with me because you're the one who can help me pull Embrilar along because I'm not carrying anything over 20 pounds right now.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go.
Okay.
All right,
All
slide
right.
him off the roof.
All right. No. You are able to bring him down to the main floor.
Okay.
Basically, down to the deserted streets. And as you guys are heading down there, we jump to Tippin. Tippin, you have just returned back to the Curiosity shop. Owin, tell us what you've been up to for the last span, since the last adventure.
Well, I just settled back into the shop, settled back into my sort of routine. Having a lot of insomnia due to some bad dreams, I think. So I've been searching for these two music boxes, and they're like twin copies, and one will wake somebody up, and the other makes somebody fall asleep. And specifically, I'm looking for the one that falls asleep because I've been having trouble sleeping and looking for that. But that's, kind of it. I'm just in the shop tinkering around.
Tinkering around, working on
right
stuff.
now.
And it's late. It's
Yeah.
about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And Tippin, you come in, and there's Owin working at her desk.
Oh, and I'm in some deep smish.
Oh, hey, Tip.
Yeah. Hey, I need some stuff.
You haven't seen Tippin
In a long
for probably 3 or 4 days.
Okay, so, hey, Tip.
Hey, I need some stuff. Lots of
Okay.
stuff.
What?
Okay,
Wait,
so
wait. Why are you in deep smish? What did you do now?
I have to. First of all, can you get me a meeting with Iggly Twitchwiggler?
Maybe.
I need a yes answer.
Well, I mean, I can ask a few people, but I don't know if that's. Can I? Is that what that? Do I have contact
Yeah,
with those ones?
I mean, roll me a contact.
Yeah.
Roll me a contact.
Because I have my book of contacts, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that would.
Ooh, yeah.
2?
2? Do you have contacts as a skill?
No.
No?
No, but I mean, like, I
mean,
have.
you have that book.
That
so,
book that we've
so let's
that
say
I
you,
have. So
you-
like.
we've decided let's give it a 1. So this is
Yeah,
3.
3.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to, you can get a meeting with Iggly Twitchwiggler. It's going to take like a day or so. I mean, you got to send out some feelers, and then you got to get the information back. And
Yeah.
It's a process.
So yeah, it's a process.
Okay, I need it really fast.
Okay, well, I'll send a pixie if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay, and so I call a pixie.
Let me check the pixie first.
I call a pixie. I'm gonna say that I have a pixie that I usually work with. That's
Okay.
not Tippin. This pixie.
Let me still check him first.
Yeah. Okay, so I bring my pixie.
What's
I call
this
my
pixie's
pixie.
name?
Her name is Tea Tree.
Tea Tree.
Mm-hmm.
Tea
know
Tree
Tea Tree, too.
is a dark-haired,
Mm-hmm.
dark-skinned pixie who has butterfly-esque wings.
Mm-hmm.
Because wings are not all the same on pixies. She is she a rogue pixie or is she a PMU pixie? Is she a guild
I
pixie?
think she's a guild pixie, but then does things on the side.
Okay.
That's the kind of pixie I would look for.
Sweet. So she actually works for, there's a bakery not far from your Curiosity shop.
Yeah.
She works for that bakery, but she does jobs for you as well.
And they pay really well.
Yeah. And so she comes in, she's like, "Hi, Owen.
Huh?
Don't say anything.
Hi, Tippin."
Hi, Tea Tree. This is gonna be awkward. I need you to strip. Right now. All of it.
Tippin.
She looks at you and she goes, "Tippin, I never thought you'd ask."
Now.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
She's
All
like,
of it.
"In front of Owen?"
Yes, in front of Owen.
Okay. And she goes and she like takes her clothes off. She's wearing like short pants, like capris, and like a shirt. And she like takes that all off and like she's like, "Here I am." And she like does a twirl.
Cool. I'm going to check every piece of skin on her body.
She like
Inspect.
She's like, is this for Owen? Like, what's going on
No,
here?
it's for me, okay?
It's for. She's like.
As I
Okay.
look under her
she
foot.
like
Lift
as
up
you-
her arm, look under the armpit.
as you're
fine,
doing
just
that, she tries to take your clothes off too.
No, not me. Not me. I need this stuff on right now.
She's like, what? But
Just,
I don't
you don't have like makeup or anything on, right?
I mean, I can.
No, I don't need you to. Just raise your arms like this.
She raises her arms in the air.
Tip, do you think this would be easier if we
shakes
all knew
herself a
what was
little bit.
going on?
I don't have time for this. Open your legs.
She's like, all right, wait, what is this about?
I
Look-
can't tell you until I'm sure.
And sure about what?
Until I'm sure about a thing that I can't tell you until I'm sure about it.
She's like, look. If I'm not gonna get anything out of this, then I'm not opening my legs.
Look, I'll give you
I
something.
think
What do you
that's
want?
fair.
She's like, well, nobody's ever asked me what I want.
Well, more people should, but what do you want?
I mean, I want to be a rogue pixie.
Okay, that's easy. You just leave.
I can't leave. I got work.
That's why you're not a rogue pixie. Now open your legs.
That's why you're not a rogue pixie. Now open your legs.
So it dawns on her, and she goes.
You want to be a star, don't you, kid?
She's like, okay. She like sits down and like.
I inspect. I'm looking specifically for any kind of soul brand anywhere on her skin.
You find one.
Okay,
It's a PMU.
it's a PMU one.
Yeah.
Is there any indication from what I've seen of specifically Spiderwillow soul brands that could be connected to Spiderwillow in this one?
No.
Okay, cool. We can trust her. Put your clothes back on.
She's like,
We
she
can
like
we?
quizzically like sits up and goes, okay. She
Well,
like,
you need to fly really fast, and you don't want all that.
I turn to Teacher and I say, I'm so sorry about that. I had no idea he was going to accost you in such a manner when I called
her. I
you
needed
here.
to check her because she
Can I
could
get a
be
little-
working for him.
Is there
Okay.
like a message I need to give?
I don't even know.
Yeah. You. How do you get Iggly? How do you get Iggly?
Well, I'll just send her a message that
Okay.
Iggly Twitchwiggler.
Send a message to Iggly Twitchwiggler. I'm speaking so fast right now. And tell him.
She's my employer, not you, Tippin.
Tell her to tell him.
you know what? Just have it. He'll tell you what to say.
Thank you. Okay, tell him that we need an audience with him as soon as possible. It involves Spiderwillow.
Where?
Here.
He's gonna ask. So.
A place. Oh, I didn't think of that.
Here.
I don't know if here is safe.
Owen.
That's disconcerting.
Owen, do you have a safe place that no one, even myself, knows about?
There is a cabin that my family owns that they
How
only.
close is it?
It's in the. Where is it, Drew?
It'd probably be in the 10th ward.
The 10th ward.
I mean, that's at least a day or two away, but you can teleport there.
It's the closest thing that I know of.
Okay, we need to teleport there. That place, there. Tell that location. We need to teleport there. We need to meet there as soon as possible.
Okay. Can you write down the address, please?
I write down the address and hand it to her.
She hands it to her, and she like as she takes it.
It is very important that you mention this is about Spiderwillow.
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 Do I know what
Do
spider?
not talk to any other pixies about this.
Roll me a luck. Oh yeah, you've heard scuttlebutt about Spiderwillow.
Spider.
From what you've understood, from the things you've been hearing over the last little bit, Spiderwillow is a group that is consolidating crime in Amenheim. Crime has always been group here, group here, group here. It's a bunch of small groups doing a bunch of small crimes. What they're doing is they're bringing them all together under one crime family. And they've been gaining popularity and gaining traction, but this is the first time that you've been able to like hear that this is a name, then you're connecting it with this.
And only give this message to Iggly.
Okay,
Only him.
okay,
Don't tell anyone else.
okay.
Please.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Can I go now?
Yeah.
You can go.
She like
Get out. Go.
she's like sheepishly like turns around and like looks at you and she goes, "Are we gonna do this again?" Go. Okay, I'll go. And she like and she flies away.
Sorry. Okay, I need a few things. And I need you to come with me.
Please,
Also,
do tell me what you need now.
Also, gamer question. Is there such a thing as like a bag of holding in this world?
Kinda. I mean,
Kinda?
extra dimensional things are a thing. I mean, you have that cabinet.
Yeah, can I roll a luck to see if I have one?
Yeah, can you roll see if you
Yeah.
roll luck see if you have
Or
a Here's the thing. If you want to give me 2 of your points, I'll say you have one. No need to roll.
what if I roll and it's a double plus?
Then you get it without any.
Let's roll first.
But if you roll that and it's not there,
And then-
you don't get it.
Okay, fine.
That's me.
I have a lot.
Okay. I'm gonna say you have a bag. You have a carpet bag.
Yeah.
It's a Mary Poppins carpet bag. It's not like as, I mean, it's an extra dimensional space that you can hold a bunch of stuff in.
All right, I need a bunch
You'll
of stuff.
find it. I pull it out of like some obscure cabinet. Like,
Yeah.
I have this.
Okay, perfect. I need, I have a list. I need 3 vials. I need the first vial to have a tasteless, untraceable poison. So something that you can't find after they're dead. The second vial, I need just water, and the third vial needs to be empty.
Okay.
Well, I can definitely do
Owen.
2.
Owen, tell us what you're thinking right now. Like,
I'm thinking that I want to stop and get some answers, but I can see that you are very eager and urgent. But what's going on? I'm like, okay, so I appease you and I start like I'm going in my shop and getting 3 empty vials. I fill one with water, put it in the bag while I say this to you.
Okay, well, basically, me and Embrilar went and on his own mission that isn't with any of the warden stuff. So he's just doing stuff. He was working for a
doesn't
guy
sound
named
like
Mr.
him.
M, who I might think I know who he is, but it's fine. That's my own kind of stuff. But we went on a train. I met a girl. She was really cool. She didn't have wings, but then she ended up not being very cool, but also still kind of cool. Her name's Jo. She is getting wings made for her because Casper, I used your name. Also, here's this rose. That's from Casper.
I take it awkwardly as you shove
It's like
it
a
in my
metal
hands.
rose. That
it was a butterfly.
Oh, butterfly. Oh, yeah. Here's this butterfly. This
It's
metal
a
butterfly.
It's a small Mechanica butterfly that
Fly.
you open and it like flutters up and then down, and you like can close your hand around it and it will fold up and then fold out again.
So we went to Embrilar's family's house. We met his mom, who's very mean. She's a very unhappy lady. She also set up a marriage between his sister and this other guy that seemed really disappointed about it. No, the other guy was disappointed because he wasn't getting married to her. Also, we met Alva again. You don't know Alva, but she's really cool. I like her a lot. And she also helped save me from that pixie wing trading, that wingless pixie trading place.
Who's
Anywho,
cool, but, like,
so
not
we
cool.
were at the estate, and at the estate, a lot of stuff happened. Mostly what I remember is I tried to bribe Casper into doing a lot of things for me, and it worked. So I need to use your name a lot more often around him because he can do some really cool stuff for us. He's going to make wings for Jo. And then we went outside, and Embrilar was being attacked. And he was being attacked by, just guess who? It was the twins that we fought that had like all the soul stones.
Those
Yeah,
twins?
yeah. So I killed one. Like I took a chunk of her brain out of her head, and I kept that chunk of brain. That becomes important later. So after that, we went back on the train. Also, Mephanus might be doing some really bad stuff. We don't really know. He was still kind of nice about it. He still seems like a good guy. I kind of trust him. So we went back on the train and we went all the way to Ammenheim. We made it to Ammenheim.
What do you need these things for?
I needed to perform a murder that isn't a murder.
You know what? I don't even care anymore. Let's do it. Do I have this poison? Can I
roll me a
for
luck.
that? It's the negative. All right, I'll spend a point. Can I spend a point to say that I have the poison? Oh.
My question is, how do you get there? She's all the way back in the city.
Oh, my mistake. I thought we were in the same place.
Yeah.
Now I have
To say that I have the poison?
Yeah. You have that poison.
Whoop. Okay, so we've got 3 vials. One is a colorless, odorless, tasteless poison. One is with water, and one is empty.
Perfect. Now I need you to boil this
Okay, I get to it. I boil
So
it.
I hand her the
In the sake
death's
of
door.
in the sake of time,
Yeah.
let's say you spend the next hour preparing everything you need.
Perfect. This is my list.
Read the list for all
The
of
list
us.
is 3 vials that I already told her. Pixie gloves. I'm assuming Tippin's made them at one point.
I'm gonna give me one of your, or if you want to roll, you roll.
I'm gonna roll for it because it's not the most important part of the plan. Yeah, I have pixie gloves.
You got a whole pixie little outfit.
Yes. Cool. A well-behaved pet rat.
You either roll for that.
I know, I'm really impressed.
No, I'm gonna say we have a well-behaved pet rat.
Okay.
His name is
Snuggles.
no, his name is Edwin.
Edwin
His
the
name is
well-behaved.
Edwin, the well-behaved rat.
He wears a
Snuggles.
he wears a bow tie.
He does because
Um,
he's well-behaved.
he's
He
very
knows how to tie it
well-behaved.
himself. Anyway, I need Pixie, Goblin, and Nayati makeup.
I mean,
make
again,
that
you can
happen.
roll to. I mean,
Can we like just? I can say makeup is something that I
yeah,
want.
makeup would be a thing you have
Yeah.
because you do
I would
disguises.
definitely wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I need the fruit. I need all of it. I need every pod.
Whoa!
I need all the pods of fruit.
Whoa!
I need all pods that
Well,
we
I
have
have
of
it.
the fruit.
I touched my mic. I have it with me in my necklace, so let's just say I have that for now.
Cool. But we need to take it with us, like
Okay,
the pots.
well,
Anywho, I also need a, if possible, using your water magic, could you make a small ice shard filled with a little bit of the magic fruit stuff? You know, just an
I'll
ice
roll
shard
an
filled with it.
Arcanica. Okay, so
Yeah, roll me an Arcanica. Roll me an
I'll roll an
Arcanica
Arcanica
to make this
see if
real
I can do
quick.
that. I open the safe, take out a little bit, put a glove on first, of course.
Again,
That
it's
is
all part of
a-
this hour.
3.
A 3. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that you can make that. You're able to make that. There's no problems with it. So you're able to make that that icicle with the. You take the precaution.
it
It's about
cold.
3 o'clock in the morning by now.
Cool. And I need, finally, because we got the bag of holding, I need a big distraction, like an explosion or a bright flash of light or an explosion.
I have a compact
I'm
that
on
distracts people.
Yes, bigger.
Okay. I'll roll a Mechanica to see if I can combine that with something
Like
else,
some
like
amplifier.
a megaphone
Yeah, sure.
type
Roll
thing.
me a Mechanica real quick.
That is
Whoa.
that is a 3.
That's a 3. I'm gonna say yeah. You find an amplifier for it. It can make it about the size of a room.
Okay. Wow.
It's
Done.
it's like a big device though. Like it's like something.
It's like cumbersome.
It's like a cumbersome device.
All right, so now I can tell you the rest of it. Now that we have this stuff, I have been tasked with killing Iggly Twitchwiggler.
Whoa! All right. Well, I
Spiderwillow
didn't
wants
really...
me to kill Iggly, and I don't want to kill Iggly because I like Iggly, and he might kind of be my idol. No offense.
You're working for criminal underlords?
I am subverting criminal underlords.
By killing someone?
No, I'm going to. Don't you remember what this is? And I pull out the Death's Door route.
Okay. And you remember what that is.
I
from-
do remember that.
Yeah.
We're gonna use this to kill Iggly.
But he's holding it so he can't make the quotes.
Okay, I see. Got it. All right. Okay. If this is really that important.
It's really important.
Okay. Let's do it.
Awesome.
What?
So yeah, we just need to get that meeting with Iggly now because I need to talk to him and see if he'll agree to do some things.
Well, I guess at this point we're waiting for the response.
Yep.
T what?
Tea tree.
Tea tree.
Tea tree comes back about 3:30.
Okay.
And she comes back and goes, Mr. Twitchwiggler is indisposed. He is busy right now. He says to make an appointment.
Let's just go to his house.
Yes.
Tea tree goes, am I dismissed?
You're dismissed. Thank you.
Don't tell anyone about this.
I won't.
Okay.
Don't tell anyone you were
Owen,
assaulted.
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Not in front of Tippin?
Okay. I shoo Tippin out of the back room. Go.
Fine.
And close the door.
She goes over and goes, was Tippin right? Can I just leave?
I don't really know how that works, but I don't see why anything should be stopping you.
But what about Mr. and Mrs. Mayflower?
I'm sure they'll survive without you.
Okay.
Do you feel like they care about you?
I mean, I'm a pixie. They treat me like a pixie.
So that sounds like a no. People don't generally teach or treat pixies that well, do they?
I mean, I'm not hurt. My wings have never been taken. I get fed. I get to eat.
Freedom comes with a lot of choices. If you don't want to make choices, then stay where you are. But if you want to have choices, then leave. You always got work here.
Okay, I'll think about that.
You should
Thank
do
you.
that. You're
Thank you,
welcome,
Owen.
Tea Tree.
And she like turns around and goes, "Why?"
Don't worry about it. I don't even barely know myself. He's a little eccentric.
Do you think he likes me?
I don't know what Tippin thinks most of the time.
Okay.
Don't worry about it too much.
Okay. Good night, Owen.
Good night, Tea Tree.
And she flies out the window.
That poor thing. You've scarred that pixie for life, I say as I open the door and come back into the main.
Spiderwillow's hiring pixies and he's putting soul brands on them. I had to be sure.
Okay.
He put a soul brand on Joe.
Oh, I see.
Okay. How do you guys want to get to Almenheim, basically?
Oh, okay. Teleport? Can we do that?
I'm gonna say you can teleport if you want to. If you want to give me one,
Oh my gosh. I've been losing so many.
I'm gonna say that you have hand me one and roll a d6. If
Okay.
yeah.
These have been doing well for me tonight, so.
Ooh.
That's a
You
good
have
amount still.
three, a three that are there and back.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, well, three teleport
teleport sticks.
Okay, well, I have 3 teleport sticks. 3, and I'm willing to use 1 tonight.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
1.
Yep.
Okay, so I go get the stick.
I'll owe you a favor.
You'll owe me a teleportation stick.
Can do.
And so three, what I mean is a pair of sticks. It's one that will take
okay.
you there and one that
Yeah.
will take you back.
Yeah.
And so you guys, all right. And you guys are off to Amenheim. You guys.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
Fine.
So you guys are, we come up on Griff and Alva walking down the street, dragging.
Alva's running.
Down the street. Alva is running. Griff is behind her.
Feeling awfully dejected about this manual labor for the faith thing.
So yeah, you're lugging Embrilar and the device, pulling like a pack mule. Where are you guys headed? What are you doing?
What Alva is doing, how grid-like are the streets?
So I'm gonna say, since we jumped ahead an hour for these guys, we're gonna jump, and actually it was 2. So we're gonna say that you spend the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So to be about 3:30 in the morning, up to where they're teleporting, getting to the slide. Is that?
Oh, getting to it?
Yeah, that's where you guys were headed, correct?
Yes, my idea was to get to the slide and systematically search for a house with the Spiderwillow symbol
The
on it.
slide is the entire width of the city. Like it's not one particular place, it's the entire back of it. So you spend 2 hours, and it's a rather big city, where you spend 2 hours, like, you take a couple of carts where you like get into a cart and ride it down a hill, and a bunch of stuff where you eventually make it to the slide. And you get to the slide, and the slide is not as affected by the riot at this point. It is mostly, at this point, abandoned buildings. So there's not a whole lot of people down here, but you get to the slide, and from where you are, it's about 50 feet where you can look out and see where it just drops off into nothing. You are at the slide. And there's a bunch of like dilapidated buildings down here. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay. I'm looking around for any signs of life, anyone on the street, any.
Roll me a
lights in the
notice.
window. Okay, that is a 3.
3. So you come up and start scanning as Griff comes panting up behind you. Not a whole lot of lights on, but there are like pixies back and forth.
Perfect. Hey, please, I'm so sorry. Could someone come down and speak to me?
Are the pixies affected by the dampening field?
Yeah.
You guys are actually that's right, because you're
I'm
carrying
bringing it with us.
You're carrying it with you. So like as you guys got closer, pixies are like
I imagine they can still fly, but not really well.
they're like you as they like fly back and forth, and there's one that goes.
Their flight isn't magical, it's physical.
It's physical.
So they can
Oh.
still fly.
But
They're probably feeling sick.
Their
Their
focus
direction.
and direction is they're like here, whoa, wee. There's one like going woo.
Oh, it's like if you damage the magnetic field of the Earth, then all the birds would be like, no.
Ah! One's going. Ah! They're looping and doing crazy stuff down here. But eventually one like comes down to you and like stops and is like, hey,
Hi, thank you for
drunk?
stopping.
okay.
Do you work at all for Spiderwillow?
Huh?
Cag. Do you know where there's a house with the symbol of a tree with spider legs on it?
Yeah.
Okay, can I say that I have like a cookie in my pocket from the train ride here?
Roll me a look.
Yeah,
You have the best
I
cookie.
have the best cookies.
I'm gonna say Alva always carries food with her.
Because I know how
that
to
is
fry
now an
people.
established canon thing that you always have food at some point.
Fantastic.
Write that down, that you always have food.
Always have food. I pull out
Yeah, I can take you
one
there.
of those little cookies with like strawberry jam in the center.
Ooh,
I will give you this whole cookie if you take me to that house.
guys, cookies. And
I will give you all this one cookie if you take me to that house.
there's at least 3 sets of 3, so there's like 9 pixies that go.
Please lead the way. Thank you.
Hey, where are we going? We're going to the place that gives the stuff. And they're like, okay, and they take off. There's this like, they're like a swarm of mosquitoes.
Very confused mosquito.
They're all like bumping into each other and going back. Griff, what are you doing?
Following.
Okay, so
I'm so glad you're here, Griff. Thank you. I couldn't do this without you.
I want you both to roll me Lux.
Positive.
You're good.
Positive.
You're good. So you guys start heading down, and they take you to a dilapidated old building. And at this dilapidated old building, it is a building that's fallen over and hit another building, and so it's at a diagonal at this point, and it's tall enough that it hit that and then hit another building, and so it's basically fallen over, but it's mostly intact. And it looks like the bottom of it has been rebuilt. And so this one pixie, the pixie who's been talking to you, he's got like wild hair, wild red hair, and like he's got like blue skin, and he's like, yeah!
Thank you guys so much. You did a great job. Catch.
He doesn't go for that. They go for it, and at least, because they've gathered more pixies as this has gone, there's about 50 pixies. And they like, she's got food! And they
Toss it.
swarm you.
Oh, they swarm like.
They're like pigeons that have found bread on you. And so they're everywhere, and you feel their tiny little hands like going over you, like trying to find the food. Hey guys, she's got cookies!
Okay. I want to open one of my cold air vials, like to try and blow them off of her.
Okay, sweet. Roll me Mechanica.
+3.
3, sweet. So you, let's see how many. Okay, so you open it, and this blast of cold air hits you, Alva, and all the pixies go as they fly into the wind. And Alva, it's like frigid cold air, and like your hair is blown back, and that one like wild pixie is like sitting there with a cookie, and he's like blown like right here on you. So he's sitting there, and he's like, "Wow, that was fun! Ah, let go! What did you do? Ah!"
You asked.
All right, so are we here?
Yes, we're here. I'm going to the house.
Great.
Okay.
So I want to put, why am I forgetting his name?
Embrilar.
Embrilar somewhere hidden.
Okay.
Yeah, let's find us. This is the time for the sack.
I want to put him on the sled somewhere hidden.
Okay.
With a sack over him.
Describe what you're looking for.
I mean,
Is it like in a building? Is it in an alleyway? Is it in a dumpster?
you
Is
said
it-
this place is pretty like dilapidated and abandoned.
Yeah.
I mean, probably in a building that doesn't look like it's gonna fall on him.
Okay, that's great. You can find plenty of those.
Okay, put him in there, and then maybe is there hay anywhere?
I mean, there's no hay.
Some burlap sacks.
Roll me a notice to find some sort of covering.
Plus,
Oh.
all pluses.
We're gonna find it.
We're gonna disguise the
So
heck out of
you guys go into this building. As you go into this building,
So sad.
this used to be a really nice building. It's like a hotel.
Oh, nice.
And it hasn't, and it's this dilapidated old hotel. You ever see pictures of like places in like the Ukraine that were once really nice and now they're like empty? It looks like that.
I like that you called it the Ukraine.
The Ukraine. It's the Ukraine. It is the Slavs.
It's the Ukraine.
It's the places them they can stand. And you go and you find like an old, dilapidated, like hotel that used to be nice, and you
Put him in a room.
put him in a room.
Yeah, nice.
And it's dusty in here, and it looks like people like squatted in here at some point.
You know,
But
Put him on the bed, tuck him in.
put him in the bed, and you tuck him in. Excellent. And you guys head back downstairs. The building is within eyeshot sight of this place.
So something important here. I
Yeah.
want to use the cloth and wire contraption that I've made to strap the dampener to my back.
Cool. So you got it strapped to you like Yoda.
Yes. But I don't
Um,
want it to be like visible.
No, you
Yeah, like a hunch.
You got like a hunch.
Okay.
And so you go and you come to the door, and as you guys get to the door, you see that above the door there's an awning, and on that awning there is the Spiderwillow burned into the top of it.
All right. So in we go.
Oh, actually, yeah, I tried the door.
Can I pick? I could. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I picked the lock.
All right. So she goes to knock, and she like reaches for you like whoa. So
What if it's open?
I'll know when I'm picking the lock.
it is locked. So
Can I roll a burglary?
there's this wonderful moment. You're like, what if it's? And you're like, I'll know. Click, 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 click.
Can I pick the lock?
Yeah, go for it. Pick it.
+5.
All right. The door opens.
Hey, now you don't need to knock. Now they only might know we're here.
And with that, we're going to take a break.
Whoa, suspense.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Okay, folks, we're going to start back up here in just a moment. Hang tight.
All right, guys. So we come back from the commercial break, and we jump into the screen goes from black, it fades up on what we saw in the cold open, which is all those wardens. And as we're sitting there watching all those wardens, waiting, we see a Mechanica scaffold go rise up, and there's Jardine Fleet standing on top of it with a couple of aides. And they have like a big megaphone, and they're watching the field over all the humans as they build barricades and stuff. And he has a couple of high warden chiefs with him, and so they're sitting there discussing. And one of the wardens looks at him and says, "We're in a difficult spot here, Jardine. Usually, it's either humans who we can quell very easily, or they're half-genes or Fae that we can with dampening. They're mixed together now. We can't just go in there. I mean, I don't understand what we plan to do." And Jardine is sitting there looking and goes, "We wait for that to happen." And everyone turns, and the field moves. And as it moves, it uncovers humans. And immediately Jardine like pulls out the megaphone and goes, "Forward!" And they go. And the humans like begin to step back as the field goes away from them. They're like trying to move back into the field. Some of them drop, and they're immediately like swept up by wardens, like pulled up.
Maybe they should have been smarter.
And all of that. And they continue to do that, picking up humans as the humans try to move backwards through the field.
I'm saving them.
And we jump, and we see it's a montage scene where that happens until it stops, and then the wardens stop and they're like standoff at it, where the humans are like, "Yeah, come on," and the wardens are like stepping back. One shoots a fireball, and it goes through the dampening field. It goes and doesn't make it all the way through, and they're like, "You can't do anything about that." And as we're sitting there, the entire camp, like that scaffold, is like stood up on legs and moved, with Jardine on it, and the airships moved with them. And as they're sitting there, they go, we're at a standoff now, Jardine, what do we do?" He goes, "Just wait." And that's when Jules returns. And Jules alights down, and Jardine bows his head, and Jules bows as well. And he goes, the Lan, Doxma Elris, says to open fire. And he goes, "Very well then. Shoot off the flare." And somebody takes out a strike. And there's the rumbling of the airships as they head over. And they begin to drop. And as you guys are heading into, you begin to feel the ground shaken. Very Blitzkrieg of London type feel as like things shake around you. And we cut to that as that's the end of that scene, and then we jump to you guys. And as you guys enter, you guys come up, and there's a and a building is gone right next to you.
Did you do this?
I didn't. How could I do
The
that?
thing is, you guys are just outside the field, so you're not in the field, or you wouldn't have been able to teleport into it. Actually, that's perfect. You guys, so Iggly's place is inside the field, and you guys were kicked out of the teleportation before. So you guys land in the street, and then there's a and a building goes up. And you see airships like dropping things and you've never seen that before as they like fly over raining fire and death.
I go for the door to the bank.
The bank
right?
is it is like it's across the street.
Okay.
It's a little ways away, but it's inside the field. You're close though.
Can I feel that the field is there or no? I mean, I was gonna go into it either way, and I would feel it then. But
as you land, you see the field and you feel it as a hum.
okay.
You can feel the magic in you hum with it. You feel that other part of you.
Oh no.
Also, but it hums at a different frequency. But yeah, there it is in front of you guys.
This is different.
You see pixies like flying in droves away from that, and you see people like getting out of their houses and running.
Are you sure that we need to go that way?
Yep.
Into that?
Yep. And I go.
If I die, I'm gonna kill you. And then I just go across the street. There's bombs coming?
They're dropping a little ways away.
Okay, hurry, let's go. Let's get inside. And like go through and trying not to
So
think
you're like
about
pushing through the crowd, like moving through. I want you guys to roll me a. Do either of you have like athletics?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I have
You roll
athletics.
athletics. I want you to roll. What's a good skill that you have?
Arcanica is what I usually
Roll an Arcanica.
4.
4. What do you roll?
0.
0. So so you guys are heading through the crowd, and you're going too slow. So Owen, what you do is you like make an ice wave, you just and then you slide down on the other side, and people are running around it. And Tippin, you weren't going anywhere, so you grab onto Owen.
Cool.
And you're like making the ice slide as you go,
so cool.
and then you go into the field, and it goes and just goes out from underneath you.
Awesome.
And you roll across the ground, and you can like make a little bit of ice, but and you feel the nauseous part of you, and that thumbing in you, that hum has become like a nauseous hum. You can feel it. Roll me both of you. Roll me just 2 of them. Just roll me a luck. You're fine.
Neutral.
Double good luck.
You're good. So both of you are staving off the effects of it as you head up the stairs to Iggly Twitchwigglers, and the doors are blown open, and there's you walk into the front room, and there's a big Spiderwillow thing burned into the front part of it.
Look for somewhere
Is
that.
that new?
Yeah, that is something.
Would I recognize that as new?
That's new. That's
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
new.
Do you know if he has a bunker in here?
I don't know.
And we're gonna look.
Is it empty? Are there
it's-
people in there?
It's empty in here right now. It's ransacked and empty. It looks like there was a big fight went on in here.
His office is upstairs. That's the only place that I know to look.
Tippin's gonna start searching for any signs of like a hidden bunker.
Sure. Roll me a notice.
That is a 4.
A 4.
And I am a pixie collector. No, that won't work. No, just 4.
With a 4, okay. So you start looking around. You find that there's a basement. There's stairs that lead down.
Okay.
So as you
Check
feel
down
like
there.
the building shake with like bombs going off, which you don't know that's what they're called, but that's what they are. You head down these steps, and you find a pair of double doors that are open, and they lead into like a basement area.
Okay.
And you head down there, and there's a lot of like filing cabinets, a lot of storage down here, but most of it's like tipped over and ransacked. And you're in this new room. What do you do?
I search for more clues of anything like where Iggly could be. Either like a letter or something saying like, go
I left,
here,
whatever.
I left, I'm going here.
I'm shouting,
All that stuff.
"Hello! Anybody down here?"
There's a hello. Is someone there?
Where? And I go towards the voice.
You head to the back, and there's a young goblin, who is sitting there, and he's like disheveled and like soot stained, and
Iggly's son.
and he's got his leg in like a bandage, and it's like all blood stained, but it's black blood because they're goblins. Looks like ink. Ink is stained like his leg, and he's like, "Oh, hello."
Who are you?
Are you okay?
My name is Malcolm.
Do you know where Iggly Twitchwiggler would be?
Mr. Twitchwiggler?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Where?
He went to the safe house.
Where's the safe house?
I'm not gonna tell you.
I have
you
the
want
art of
him-
schmoozing. Can I use that?
Yeah, use the art of schmoozing.
This is why I need you around more.
That's a 4.
4. Nice, beautiful.
Wait.
So what do you say?
I say, how are you? Are you doing okay? Can we get you anything? Some,
I could use some help to get out of here.
yeah, we'll get you out, but, you know, I really need to find out where Iggly Twitchwiggler is.
Who are you?
I am a good friend of his. We work together often.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So why don't we talk and walk at the same time? I always find that a little exercise is only good to, you know.
Sure, help me up.
And I reach down, help him up,
Help him up.
pat him on the back, dust him off.
He's like limping because of his leg.
Oh.
And
Here, lean on my arm. Lean on my arm,
he
please.
like leans on you and he's like, okay, help me out of the building, please.
Yes, yes. Let's go.
Everyone ran and
That sounds terrifying.
the wall fell over and I got hit by a cabinet
You
and it
poor dear.
hurt my leg, but they laughed without me.
Not very nice, Faye, are they?
No.
That's okay. We found you now, so you're all safe with us.
Yeah, Mr. Twitchwiggler came after they attacked the building. The Spiderwillow people. He showed up and drove them off and then told everybody to leave, but that's when the riot started.
It's
And I
so
couldn't get
rough down
out.
here. I'm so sorry about that. But again, back to our previous conversation about where Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Wiggler is.
Yeah, he'd be at the safe house.
And then that address would be?
Oh, I mean, it's in the slide.
What is that?
You're not from here, are you?
No, I'm visiting. No, I'm from here. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Which is it?
I'm from here. I'm
Okay.
definitely
You
from
know,
here.
the slide, that edge of the city that's falling into the abyss.
Oh, right. Yes, I forgot.
Yeah, Mr. Twitchwiggler has a safe house there.
Great.
Usually he takes most of us.
Yeah, we need to take you there.
Yeah. So come with
Could
us.
you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you've got to tell us where it is.
Okay.
Well, we'll just go. Let's go.
Yeah,
You lead the way.
we were sent back to help you.
I just don't feel. And he passes out. He throws up and then passes out.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna slap him in the face.
Go for it.
Can I? I don't want to
Roll.
use giant killer. I don't want to
use
kill him
that.
on accident. I'm gonna slap him in the face though. No, that's not gonna work. Even if I use giant killer, it's still a 0.
So he comes to a little bit more. Like you slap him and it doesn't really work, but he's like, I'm sorry, what's going on?
Where can we take you? Where's Iggly's?
Head towards the slide.
What should we look for?
You're gonna look for the symbol of Mr. Twitchwiggler's growth symbol.
Okay, you know what that looks like, right?
Totally.
Okay.
He's like, it's right there. And as you guys are like, coming, there's you see over the Spiderwillow symbol, underneath it is the symbol that Mr. Twitchwiggler uses. And he's very open about saying that it was the symbol that he and his growth, which his growth was all the goblins that were grown out of the mound they were grown from. There were 4 of them. And you see that it's a tree. And the only difference between the Spiderwillow and this is that the legs are burned into be like a spider and twisted. But you see behind it, it's a full tree.
They're siblings. It's his sister.
What?
Nothing. Just take us there.
Okay.
I usher him out the door. And I mean, we would know where the slide is at
Yeah,
least.
you know where it is. It's just like down the street. You
Yeah.
guys need to like try to head there. How do you guys want to try to get there?
He's injured. There's probably no cabs or anything around, I'm imagining.
Roll me a notice.
He's also quite small, isn't he?
He's tiny.
Because he's a goblin and
That's
he's
a
a
7.
little one.
Oh my gosh. So
Plus the art of schmoozing.
you like look over and he's like, how are we gonna get there? And the camera pans over and there's a truck that's been like run into like a building, but it's undamaged. And jump cut to you guys in the car. Who's driving?
Me,
know.
I'm driving.
Darn. Tippin wanted
Tippin
to
is
drive.
on the
Tippin is
steering wheel.
pouting.
So like there's
He's
Tippin
pretending.
on the steering. You're like on the steering wheel and she's driving.
I like to imagine it cuts to like Tippin on the wheel and you just see him, and then it pans out and you just
And
see
then there's
Owen.
Owen driving, and then Malcolm's like, no, take a left here. As you guys are like driving through and we, as you guys are heading there, we jump to you guys.
All right.
The door is opened, and you like hear the.
Right, we made it.
Alva goes in quietly.
I follow her
You guys enter in,
quietly.
and you see that, like I said, the building is at an angle, but you see that there are steps built into the side of it, so it starts heading up, and you see that there's obviously a ceiling, but a door's been cut into that ceiling.
All right, well, that's odd. That way?
Yes. All right. Carefully go up to this door.
Okay, when you walk over the door.
Standing slightly to the side on the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Try and open it.
It is unlocked. You open it, and it opens into a room that's on its side. And since it's on its side, the wall is now the floor, and the other wall is now the ceiling. And there's another door on the other side there. But you see that this particular room looks like it was like a sleeping room of some kind. There's like a bunch of hammocks and a bunch of like pixie nooks everywhere.
Griff would like to search for traps.
Sure, roll me a notice.
What about a burglary?
Sure, roll me a burglary.
+4.
+4. So you look specifically for burglar traps.
Okay.
Traps that you as a burglar would look for. Nothing is trapped, but everything is abandoned.
Okay. Well,
And it looks like it's been abandoned for a while.
there's nobody here, and it's been abandoned for a while. Wait, why did we come here?
I'm looking for a Nayati whose name I don't know, whose face I don't know. He's an associate of Spiderwillow, and he knows emotional manipulation magic.
Well, that's good that we have this thing then, huh?
Yes, that's why I wanted the field to stay up, and thank you for carrying that again. It's really wonderful that you are. I don't know where to
Alright.
go next.
I want you both to roll a luck.
A luck? Negative, neutral.
Neutral.
Plus.
Neutral. Cool. So as you guys look through, and you get a plus.
She's plus, I was neutral.
So you're neutral. You guys look over the room again as you're lamenting the fact that like it's another dead end. This is another thing that's happening. You open the other door, and it leads into nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Ooh.
Nothing as in it's over the slide?
As in, you open it and it just steps off into the slide. But this is obviously a door that's been used. You see that it's been opened and closed, and it has like scuff marks on the ground. So people have gone in and out of this door a lot.
This isn't my field here, sweetheart.
Oh, we brought it. If this is a magical door. Ugh.
I can go outside. Is that?
Will
I'd
that-
have to go far outside, wouldn't I?
So when you left that particular area,
Yeah.
it went from being a grid to being a bubble again.
Oh.
So it's a bubble that's
I'm an idiot.
a rather large bubble.
All right.
I'm an idiot. That thing is making me stupid. Chuck it into the slide.
But I kind of like it.
Drop it into the abyss right now, please.
I don't wanna.
Griff, please. Someone.
Play this scene. Go for it.
I have been looking for this person for 10 years. I couldn't even look for them. I had to deal with something else. This person took the most important person in the world to me. They're dead. They're gone. I will never see them again. I will never touch them again. I will never speak to them again. Someone deserves to die for this.
Wow.
And you guys are standing over this abyss, like this empty abyss.
All right. If we're playing wants and needs here, this is the first time in my life I've been equal. Everyone in here is just like me. You're just like me. Anyone else in this bubble is just like me, and it's really nice.
Griff, I am not like you, and you are not like me. We are two extremely different people.
Right, but we both don't have magic.
I'm gonna force blast into his face.
You can try. Roll me an Arcanica.
That's a 2. No, that's a 3.
A 3.
Oh, no, it's a 2. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a -3 because of the dampening field, which means you go.
So what you're telling me is that I need to give this up because you have a hunch.
You want to find this person for me?
No,
you can't. You can't. So I have to follow my hunches. Griff, if you want to leave me here, that's fine. I've been doing this on my own for most of it. Embrilar's tried his best. Tippin's tried his best. If I can't trust anyone to help me with this, fine. Everyone's got their own agenda. That's the way the world works. I understand if you want to keep this. In that case, go get Embrilar and go back to Iggly.
Mr. Twitchwiggler would be pretty mad if I left you alone. I can't do that.
You can't make the world equal.
I take
with
it
one.
off.
Thank you.
I give it a kiss.
As you kiss it, you feel the hum. So, like, you don't feel that there's any difference between you holding it or anything else, but there is that slight hum inside of you.
Right.
And the moment you kiss it, you feel it vibrate a bit more. It's a little uncomfortable.
I realized that perhaps this was a poor choice, and go and drop it off.
You drop it, and it goes tink, 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 into the darkness. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
This is a single tear.
There's a and everything shakes.
Oh.
Oh, what?
I thought there was... When I was looking at it, I thought there was more time.
More time what? More time what?
Before it exploded.
What?
That's how they work.
We just threw an exploding Mechanica device into
An
a rock
abyss.
pit on top of a very shaky foundation.
And as you are sitting there, you feel the shockwave come over you, and the building goes.
Oh no!
Really quickly, what's the magic of this door?
So all of a sudden, you feel your magic come back with a vengeance. And as you're standing at the door goes, and there's a portal there.
She gets that wave, and I'm just like, well, that must feel really nice, huh?
If you want to live!
And as you guys jump through, you see the building goes and rolls over the portal and destroys the portal as you guys leap through it. And you guys fall for a good 6 seconds through a tunnel of light before...
Is this what it's like to be a pixie?
Maybe!
As you land on an immaculate marble floor.
Shit.
Where are we?
I don't like it here.
You're very far away from home, is what you are. And out of so there's a bunch of marble columns, and there's a lot of screens, like corrugated screen type things, that are walls, and behind it comes a Nayati. And he is, what kind of fish is he?
Pufferfish.
We're gonna ask the chat what kind of
Okay.
fish he is.
Give me a second.
My vote is pufferfish.
They're freaking out. Hang on.
You're very
They're
far.
all freaking out. They can't.
You were all very far away from home.
Where's the far
It's
away?
gone forever.
Oh, it's far, very far, very deep, someplace no one will ever find you. Can I ask what your business is here? Thought we had evacuated the front door.
I have a message for Spiderwillow
Oh, do you?
and a request.
Thresher shark.
He's a thresher.
Oh.
So he's imposing. And what is your message?
Someone knows her name and is after her.
Interesting enough. Interesting enough, indeed. Griff.
Yeah?
I want you to roll, not a luck. Do you have anything to resist emotional manipulation?
No. Probably not.
Roll.
Yeah, no.
It's just a straight roll then.
+2.
Cool. Griff, you feel deep down suddenly
Yeah.
all the things that you spoke to Alva about,
Right.
it being fair, all of a sudden, life is not fair.
No, life's not fair.
It's not fair at all. And
No.
you're sick and tired
Oh, yeah, I am.
of sitting around and letting it not be fair.
Yeah.
You've killed Faye, but that's not enough.
Yeah, no, we need to kill more Fae.
You need to kill. You know what? There was a particular Fae just recently.
Yeah,
who
this
made-
thresher shark, right?
No, who made you do something you didn't want to do.
Yeah, who was
she
that?
She made you throw away the thing that made you equal.
What? Who would do that?
How
Oh,
dare
God.
Alva do that?
What?
Alva doesn't deserve to live anymore.
No, she doesn't.
She deserves to die.
Yes, and thus it will be.
Oh no! What do you do? Oh my God! No!
I get the ball of lightning out.
Cool. We cut, and as the camera pans to Griff, as he pulls out a jar of lightning, we jump to you guys. As you guys head into the slide, there's still happening in the distance, and Malcolm goes, "Right here! You can stop right here!"
I hit the brakes really hard.
And you guys slide, and you actually slide a bit into gravel, and you are about 20 to 40 feet away from the slide itself. And he goes, "All right, we can get out here."
Get out, grab all the stuff.
And Malcolm gets out and he hobbles his way.
So which is it? Where is it? The safe house.
It's right over here.
Lead the way.
And he leads you guys to a door, and he opens the door, and it's into just a dark room, and you guys step inside, and he shuts the door, and it's dark.
Are there lights in here? I
No.
whisper.
No, there's no lights.
Where is everyone?
Oh, you know.
I'm gonna look around to see if I notice anything.
I lift my
Oh,
hat.
And you see Malcolm moving over, like, slowly across the ground. And he goes over to a door frame that's just in the middle of the room. And he's like, "Oh, no." He, like, steps through it.
No, what?
It's not working. It must be the dampening field. And he's standing in the middle of it when it goes. Oh, no. He's cutting two.
Oh!
Oh my God!
Oh God!
That's right.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
And there is a swirling portal in
I
front
feel
of
the
you.
need to pick up a bit of brain.
What are you doing?
Put it in my pocket.
You've
It was
gotten
useful
creepy
before.
in the last few days.
Oh god, sorry, that's my microphone. I'm so sorry, chat. That was terrible.
Um,
I just got really excited.
So, this is what I'm gonna do. It doesn't cut him all the way in half. You guys looks like it cuts him all the way in half, and what it does is it cuts both of his legs off and part of his arm. And he's like, ah! On the other side of the portal.
Then I don't take any brain bit because there isn't brain bit.
So wait, which side is his
He's on the other side.
like screaming part is
Yeah,
on the
his
other
screaming
side?
part is on the other
but
side.
we're left with
So
the
all
limbs.
You're
you
left
got
with
the
limbs.
I like gingerly kick them out of the way. Like,
And-
oh God.
And he's like, oh goodness, oh the dare, oh.
Do you want those?
No.
Okay.
I think he died. I think he's gonna die.
I'm not dead.
I think you're going to.
You need to get me through
Is
the
this safe
portal.
that I can go
How do we
through?
get through? You
Just
through the
walk
portal?
through the portal.
I walk through the
I
portal.
walk through.
No, you take me with you.
No, how do we reach him?
No, you go around the other side. It's just a door frame. It's like just trying to crawl. It's just a door frame.
We go around the other side and we push him through.
No, gotta put me through. You can put me to the front part.
I grab him by the collar, drag him around, and go through the front
I try to push his limbs through as well.
And so you get through, and you are immediately in a beautiful marble
Oh god.
place. And you see Alva.
Oh my god.
And you see Griff. And Griff has just pulled a bottle of lightning.
What's he gonna do with that?
I would like to roll an insight.
Roll me an insight.
That is a 3.
Um,
Can I see what either Griff is doing or kind of discern some of the situation?
there's a big Nayati standing there. So you immediately look at the scene. There's a big Nayati. There's Alva, and then there's Griff behind her, and he's pulled lightning, and he's got murder in his face.
And I would like to say, Alva has said her story about the Nayati specifically so many times in front of me. With that 3, could I put 2 and 2 together?
At this point, you don't know because you don't have enough information. You just know it's a Nayati. You don't know if this Nayati is. I mean, you guys were supposed
Do I
to go to
recognize
Iggly's
this
place.
person?
You guys were supposed to go to. You think you're going to Iggly's, and so you step in here, and you're like, "Are we in Iggly's?"
Does he? He looks like a shark, right?
Yeah. So it looks like a thresher shark.
The last shark I
hey,
saw
not
was a
all-
bad guy.
Hey,
The
not
last
all
shark
Nayati
I
shark
saw
people are
was a
bad.
bad guy.
Not all the shark people are
I'm
bad.
rolling a giant killer. I'm rolling a giant killer. I will do anything to protect a friend.
Yes,
Okay.
friends. We taught each other how to murder.
That is a 5.
A 5? Okay, sweet. So
Immediately.
you go for this guy. Hold on.
Drew, will you toss me another blue dice? I lost one.
Sure.
It's under the table somewhere.
No worries.
In the abyss.
It fell
What'd you
into the slide.
roll?
I rolled a 5.
Sweet. You get it. So he's standing there, and it goes and clicks across his face. Like you don't hit him square on, you get him
Does it break his
in
concentration?
the jaw, and he hits it. Griff, roll me just a luck.
Okay. Now, I think at this point, as far as something I could potentially use to fight this, is great power. With great power comes great responsibility.
Tell me how.
Well, because I'm about to unleash a lightning bolt on her. This is wait. How do I resist it? Or
No. So what you're rolling is you're just rolling to see what happens if he breaks his concentration.
okay, yes, I figured.
Yeah. So it's just a luck. So
Yeah.
just roll me a luck.
Yes!
He breaks the concentration.
Yes!
So you're about to unleash lightning on Alva, and then you go,
I like look up and see.
"Why would I do that?" Like,
Yeah, I like Alva.
Why would you do that? And he like staggers back and then looks up at you guys.
Get him!
And he runs.
Get him!
Running after him.
Tippin chases.
All right.
I want to cast Arcanica to make like a slide of ice as far as I can.
Sweet. Everyone rolled attack to attack this guy. Go ahead.
I got a 4.
A 4.
3.
4.
A 3. 4.
6.
Yeah.
So 6.
4.
4.
4.
4.
3.
3. Okay. Who got the 6? You did. So you rolled a 4.
Mm-hmm.
So you shoot the ice at the ground, and he shoots ice back at you. And they meet and like clash.
I also got a 4.
You shoot yourself and as you go by, he like shoots the ice up, and you have to swerve out of the way to
Okay.
not hit the. And then what did you do?
Force blast to try and knock him off his feet.
So it's he shoots that, brings that up, and then brings it around in this like circle, and it does this beautiful curved circle thing of ice that cracks all that ice, but it doesn't get to him. And then he turns around and gets lightning.
Yeah.
I imagine Griff still has the "I'm going to kill this Fae" look on his face.
It's gone. Like
No, well, yeah, that's gone.
the whole because here's what it was. It was to kill Alva.
Yes, I know, but now it's to kill this asshole.
Okay, then that's on your own, but it's not as strong.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Cool,
is,
cool.
Like, it's similar.
It's
but not
similar.
being controlled.
So he gets lightninged. As
Question: do Fae have elemental weaknesses?
not that you know of.
Well, I'm asking you because I thought that would be like a
Electricity
general
and water.
mechanic.
Um,
Because like the wood Fae would probably be weak against fire,
mhm.
and it would make sense if a water Fae was weak against lightning.
It's like Pokemon mechanics.
It's like Pokemon mechanics. I'm gonna say that I haven't decided that yet.
Okay, great.
So we're not gonna do anything with that
We're
right
learning.
now.
If
So what happens is this. He gets lightninged, but as he's getting lightninged, he directs it to a different.
Waterbenders.
He directs it in a different direction. So
Okay.
it goes in him, it does damage, but he sends it not back at you, but like into the ground.
Okay.
And then as he pushes off and makes an ice skate like path for him as he heads down a hallway.
running after him.
All right. So what else is everybody doing? Because Alva's running off. What are
Running
you-
after him.
Running after him.
I'm standing there for a second. They take off. And
Malcolm's
what are you
like,
doing?
Help!
Oh God.
Help!
We've
Oh,
got to catch
dear.
him.
There are people. He's like trying to get to. He's like crawling across the ground.
Yeah.
We've got to catch him.
Well, what about this guy? Let's like knock. Can I do? I can't really do anything to like help his wounds, can I?
He unleashes an alarm.
Okay.
That starts like it's basically just shouting. It's his voice, but much louder.
Who did this?
Malcolm.
Oh, okay.
He's crawling across the ground, going, "Intruders!
Hey.
Intruders!"
No, we're not intruders.
You
He's
brought
saying
us
about the
here.
other intruders, right?
I'm telling you, he's like, "No, I'm talking about you."
Shut up.
I knock him
Tell
out.
Spiderwillow.
I knock him out. Right now, I'm not even holding back. That's a 4.
Okay, let me roll.
I don't like this guy anymore.
Okay.
This
I
guy
feel
is a child.
no-
I hear about ultimate child murder.
What he does is, as you're coming this way, he takes out a pen, sticks it in his leg, and then as you're coming this way, he sends up a jet of ink that coalesces into like a bubble and like wraps around you.
Do I see this?
Yeah, you see it.
I'm gonna shoot a blast of water to try to like counteract the ink.
Sure, so not
effect.
ice, just
Or
water.
Water.
Yeah, just water.
Roll.
Roll an Arcanica real quick. And you guys are racing after him.
Yeah.
So roll me to like roll to get after him.
That's a 3.
That's a 3. And so you mix it, and basically it dilutes it enough that it drops, and Tippin is wet and ink covered, but
Can't fly.
I got a 2, and they deserve it to bring it up to 4.
cool. So you're at a 4.
I got a 4.
All right, both you got 4s, so I got to roll. Got to roll for this guy. Let's roll an Arcanica. He's heading down the hall. You guys are losing him. And as he's heading down the hall, he's like touching the walls and like putting ice on them as well, and does like a round corner around there. And as he's going, he's like, he's yelling, "Intruders! Intruders in the headquarters! Come forth!" As you guys are like heading down the hallway after him.
I just keep.
Okay, you guys are. You guys don't need to continue to roll. He's getting away from you.
Well, okay. Look, stop. At this point, they know. Okay, at this point, they know we're here. We're better off hiding and blending in instead of chasing after him until probably a horde of these fools or whatever they are.
Caggers.
That thing.
We gotta find Spiderwillow.
Well, no, we gotta find somewhere to hide.
Yes, come on. Let's find somewhere to hide.
So I want to find. I'm looking for like somewhere we can duck into.
Do you have a stealth?
I sure do.
Roll me a stealth.
And because I'm assuming it's starting to get crowded.
It's still empty hallways. at
Okay,
this point.
fine.
Yeah, no.
Well, because I'm
Alva's-
the weather
Alva's still
thief.
kind of running. She's just also like looking for different. She's starting to less chase this guy and more look around the space they're in. Like,
Because
where are we? Where is everything?
I'm the weather thief. I'm so sorry. Oh God.
No one can read.
+7.
+7 to stealth. If you want to drop that down to a 5, you can give 2 to Alva to help her.
I will do that.
Okay, so you have an extra 2 if you want to roll stealth to hide with him. It's up to you though. You get to choose.
If she
If
chooses
you-
not to use
if
it,
you
do
can-
I get that
You
7
get the
back?
7 back. If you
Okay.
continue to go after him, I'm going to say that complicates the scene. You'll get one of these.
Yeah.
All right. So you're like, this way, and she goes, no, and she continues on. And so you head into like a dark room and just disappear. How are you hiding in this room?
What kind of room is it?
It's a storage room.
Well, is it now?
Yeah, it is.
My favorite kind of room.
Yeah, a room with things in it.
What kind of things?
Is
there salt?
chat.
Yes, chat.
What is in the room?
Give me tools.
I'm gonna say first 3 things.
So far, I want salt.
Don't give him what he wants.
Salt.
Give him things that he can't use.
Please give me salt.
Um,
I like that too.
yeah.
Give me things I can't use.
While they're deciding that, really quick, Drew as GM, does Owen have any raw magic left? Because the chat wants to know.
I do.
She does.
She does. Okay. So the first 3 things are a bunch of mannequins, banana,
Bananas.
and pepper.
He's going to use all of them.
Pepper. I need salt.
Rude.
Those 3 things.
All right. Wait, so it was mannequins?
Mannequins, bananas, and
What
pepper.
kind of mannequins?
Just a bunch of mannequins.
Are
Like
they
dress
wood?
men.
Are they plastic?
They're wood. They're wood.
Okay. Are they hollow? Are they solid?
They're solid.
Now, is there like a frame that goes through the pieces?
Yes.
Okay. I start breaking the arms off.
Okay.
And I want to start pulling the inner tube frame of the. I want to pull the tubes out of the mannequins.
Okay. You're making a lot of noise
Yeah.
doing that. As you're making all that noise, you hear people coming down the hallway to inspect what all that noise is about.
Okay. Okay. Did I get any?
Yeah, you got.
Great. Cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel the bananas, and I'm going to line the door frame, the bottom of the door frame, with the bananas. And now I'm going to jam the pepper in the tubes and put hot air vials down at the bottom of all of them.
He used all of it, guys.
That's what Bill does, guys.
He used
We'll
it
get back to you
all.
on that. So you're heading after him. What are you guys doing?
Did he knock out the guy?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, he's all wet. He's
I'm all wet.
now, and your wings are too wet to fly.
I know. Owen, can you take care of this guy?
Who cares about that guy? I grab you in one hand. I'm going to leave the stuff. Do you need this stuff?
I need the stuff.
I'm leaving the stuff. And then I go, okay, I put the stuff in is there a room nearby? Is there a
There is a
there's
room
storage
nearby.
closet. I look around.
Does she
and
run
I
into the people that are coming after me, though?
No,
I hear
because
that.
because what we're doing is while you're doing all of that, this is
Okay.
happening with them.
Gotcha.
So
Well, either
take it in your bag.
this thing doesn't fit in the
Then
bag.
we don't need that.
So you
thing.
open the door, and there's
shove
Griff.
it in there.
There's Griff, like with a bunch of bananas.
Do we need this guy?
Yes. Griff, come
What?
with us.
We can leave? I gotta bring some things then. So I just gather up
Yeah,
all the
take it.
stuff.
Yes. More stuff. I like
Okay,
it.
so what do you take with you? All of it? Like you take the metal rods, the banana peels, and the pepper?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm
We
gonna
only need the bag, right?
We
I'm
need
gonna say that
everything
you
that's in the
built
bag,
you
yes.
built the pepper
But not
cannons.
this.
Yes.
Not the,
I don't need the big bulky
You
thing.
built
Okay, not the distract.
5
No.
pepper
Well,
cannons.
I'm pretty
You
sure
have
we
5
have a
little pepper
human
cannons.
distraction right now.
You have like 5 banana peels and 1 metal rod.
Left?
Yes.
Great, cool.
This is a thing of beauty.
And so you guys, where are you guys going?
I'm gonna go follow down. I want to try to make a wave that I can ride, like towards, like down the hall towards that guy.
Yeah. Okay. So
While we're running, I'm jamming a pepper cannon down each of my sleeves.
okay.
I am first going to carefully try and dry my wings as we go while Owen's carrying me. So just as carefully as possible, try to dry off my wings
Okay.
to the best of my ability.
So you're in a hallway. You're making a wave of water to make that to head down this hallway. You see that there are fae that are coming down the hallway towards you.
Can she katara this water off of me? Like draw it off of me?
Yeah, sure.
Probably can do that. Yeah.
Hey.
Well, that roll was for the wave, and that's a 5.
Okay. Remember, you can use your.
Oh, I know.
You have maybe. What did I say? How many?
No.
I want you to roll me a d6. There's a d6 right there. I want you to roll me that.
That's not the roll. That should have been the roll.
That's the roll. You have one
One left.
left.
Okay. So yeah, I'm not using it yet.
And if you use it, it's going to add a +3 to your Arcana.
Right. Yeah. But I don't want to use it yet.
Not yet. Not yet. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
you
Okay.
have.
Yeah. Plus. Yeah. I have the +3 written down. Okay. So I got a 5 to make the wave, and that's to dry off Tippin. That's a 1 to dry off Tippin. I'm
Okay.
distracted right
So-
now.
Have anything you can use?
So you're making the
So at the same time, I'm trying to carefully dry my wings.
cool.
as
So what's
well.
happening is that you're melting the ice that he made down
Mm-hmm.
the hallway and turning it into a wave, and then you're starting to ride the wave. And as you're trying to ride the wave, you're like trying to draw the water off Tippin, but it's not really work. I mean, it works enough that like you can like hover now, but you can't fly full out. And I'm gonna say that it's gonna take a little while to like completely dry out.
Okay.
So you start making this wave, and you steamroll over these guys. There's 6 fae that come around the corner, and then just meet this wave that you like roll over them and like head down. So you are chasing after this guy.
Yes.
And how are you gonna try to get towards him? Because he's going pretty fast.
I recently flung myself through the air with force magic, and it did work pretty well up to a point. So I'm just gonna try and rocketeer my way down that hallway.
Cool. It's very hard to sustain. So you can get a blast and then ride it.
Yeah.
And maybe a second one, but it's hard to like keep it sustained.
Yeah. My goal is not so much to like long term get to him. What I want to do is close the distance.
Close the
between
distance.
us.
Very well. Roll me an Arcana.
It's not great. To re-roll, he deserves it.
He deserves it. Yeah.
We give you another one, and that's a 3.
A 3? Cool. I don't know for that. So yeah, you close the distance behind him. So he's icing his way back, and you close the distance and then land on the ice and are sliding after him. I'm gonna say that he at the last second, you guys are heading down this hallway towards a door. He hits the door, it opens, and as you slide into the door after him, he turns around and tries to roll ice around you. Roll me an Arcanica. You guys are gonna have an Arcanica fight real quick.
I got a 3.
Okay.
And I would like to add 2 to that, either from he deserved it or belongs in the background. I'm kind of hard to hit.
All right. So it's 3, 5.
Clever.
Cool.
Things I can't use, Jack. Give me things I can't
So what happens is he turns around and tries to roll ice around you, and you break the ice around you. And as you're concerned with the ice that's going this way and this way and this way, because a bunch of tendrils of it are trying to wrap around you, you don't notice that he's growing it around your feet as well. And so you and then you try to move and you can't. And then you notice one grabs you here, there, and you're iced. Let's jump to you guys.
Hey, really quick, honey.
Yeah.
They want to know if the ink got on Tippin.
Yes.
Are his wings now dyed black?
Are they?
Roll luck.
No, I'm gonna say they are.
They are.
They're dyed black.
They're dyed black in the blood of goblins.
Oh my
Blood of
god.
treacherous goblins.
Assassin Tippin.
Assassin
becoming a
Tippin.
reality.
It's a thing.
It's now canon. Your wings are now black.
Plus
My
2
wings
to
are
stealth.
black now. Do I get a plus to stealth?
No. No. So you guys are doing what now?
I mean, I mentioned.
Did we see all of that them go through the
You
door?
steamrolled over those guys, and you're coming around the next hallway, and you see them head into a door at the end of the hallway. And then you hear like things happening in there.
Go through the door, I guess.
And by the time you guys get there, he's gone, and Alva is iced. She's struggling trying to get out of it.
I melt the ice.
It's,
I melt the ice?
It's easy. Like
Yeah.
you snap your. It's like you just move it. And,
Yeah.
And so what's happening here is you guys are in a rotunda. Not a rotunda, but you're in like a room a circular room that has like 3 other doors, and there's a spiral staircase that goes up. And he's gone, and he went behind you, so you couldn't turn around and see which way he went.
I don't know where he went. Oh, but that was him. That was him. I saw. He had you. I saw it.
Had me how?
He enslaved your brain, your mind. He can do it to anyone, I think, but I think it's easiest to do it to humans.
That would explain a few things now, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it would. We have to find him. I know his face. I'd like his name, but I know his face.
So, just to reiterate, he made me his slave?
Yes, that is exactly what he did.
He's a dead man.
Like, my thoughts exactly.
In this time, can I just go up to Owen and be like, now that you can concentrate a little bit?
I try to do his wings again. And it's a 3.
3. Okay, your wings are dry. I'm gonna say you can
But they're
choose
still black.
if you want to keep them black.
I'll keep them black. Because
black.
I'm guessing that Jordan wants that the most, and I need to appease him at one point.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Well, my name's Owin Bolard. Hi, how
you're
are
Miss
you?
Ballard.
Yes, and
Is
told
this really
her.
the time for introductions? What do we... There are people here that want to kill us.
You hear the clank, clank, clank of someone coming down the spiral metal staircase.
is there anywhere we can hide? Or is it just round?
It's just round.
At this
and,
point, they've seen...
and you hear took you quite a bit to get this far. It is a voice that you are familiar with, Tippin.
Female?
Yes.
I'm going to...
And as she's coming down, you see a goblin, green at the edges, which means that she's an older goblin.
I'm going to roll a stealth using my art of nondescript listening
Okay.
to kind of like put myself on the ceiling. That's a 7.
A 7? I'm going to say you can't get to the ceiling because you have to go past her.
Oh, yeah, I just want to go up and away.
You're hidden.
Almost to like get myself not noticed by these guys as well.
Alva actually takes a few steps forward. Liply shrug, I presume?
Very much so.
Pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure.
There's an associate of yours I need to speak to. He just ran away.
Chinley?
Chinley, is that his name?
Yes.
Not his full name, surely. Is he a pixie?
No. But I call him Chinley. And that's all he needs to be.
Very well.
And you are Alva Goldfinch, I believe.
I am.
And Owin Bolard. And I'm sure little Belle's around here. I don't know you.
That's good.
I don't know him either.
She goes, wait. You're Iggs' little project.
Project's a word.
It's the correct one.
Oh.
And she's like stepping down the spiral staircase. She goes, you've come a long way. Looking for me, I suppose?
Do you know who Mr. M is? Because he knows you.
No, I don't know a Mr. M.
Very well.
I welcome you, though. I'm sure you've come a long way. Tea? Please. And as you say that, the group that is soaked comes through the door behind you. And they all have, like, strikes out. And they're like, please, please, please. There's no need for that, correct?
No, I don't think there's need for it, personally.
I'm a bit parched.
Oh, I was talking about the guards.
I was talking about the tea.
I don't know if there's need for
Alva
tea
looks at
either.
how they're surrounded, and she just shouts up to the air. Tippin the Pixie, send a message to Embrilar Ardeo. Help, find us.
Oh, and you can't not do that. You can't not do that. Your pixie being has to have you do that.
Hey, don't command my pixie.
Too late.
And she goes, Belle? Oh, Belle?
I don't answer to Bell.
Oh, interesting.
And I never signed anything to make it so I
Who is
answer to
Belle?
She goes, oh, your little pixie. His name is Belle.
His name is not Belle. Who are you?
You may call me Limply. Or, more colloquially, Spiderwillow. Shall we adjourn for tea?
What if I want to leave?
Oh, can't have that. Not yet, anyway. It's too dangerous. The wardens are shelling the hell out of Amenheim right now.
I happen to have friends who are wardens. I'm not too worried about it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're not. I don't want you to be collateral damage, though. Besides, I can't just
I am
let
taking.
you go.
You can let her go. I'm not leaving. I'm not.
No,
not
no, I
here.
don't expect to. But Mrs. Bollard, you can't leave. And
If I wanted
Dolphin?
to,
Is it Dolphin?
Sure. If I wanted to leave, I would have already.
I'm sure you believe that.
I do.
I try to leave. I want to try to leave. Is he leaving? Is Tippin leaving? Does he get...
I don't even know how to get out of here.
That
You
that
are
shouldn't
compelled
matter.
to leave. And
Can I ignore it?
oh my gosh, I want you
And-
to roll me an Arcanica.
I
want you to roll me an Arcanica. This is a big thing.
don't have time.
Okay.
I will do anything to protect a friend.
Okay.
Isn't getting help technically protecting us?
You technically, but he.
Yeah, but I don't
he
think
believes
it-
that being
I don't
with
think it's
here
okay.
is more important.
I need to
than-
be with you guys. Okay. I still have a +4 to that. It's only a 3.
It's not enough.
I want to re-roll. But I won't get that
You
+4.
won't get them back. No. Tippin, you're sitting there internally struggling with this. You feel the ting in the back of your brain of, go find Embrilar. You have to go find Embrilar. You have to go tell him what Alva wanted.
What if I just command him to do something else?
He's already been given that message.
What if I just hold him?
I mean, you can't, he rolled a 7 to stealth. He's somewhere in the room.
Tippin!
But you don't know where. If you're gonna
I'm gonna yell, Alva, call me off.
No,
And
we
with-
all die here unless you save us.
And when you say that, she snaps her fingers.
That's fine.
And as she snaps her fingers,
Me or?
Spiderwillow.
Spiderwillow.
She snaps her fingers, and you hear of pixie wings.
Tippin, go, please, I'm begging you.
And from the top, about 500 pixies enter the room and head towards you, Tippin.
All right.
Tippin, go!
Tippin's going. He's flying away.
I think it's too late. I think you waited too long.
That's fine. That's fine.
As I yell for him to go, can I shoot some pepper up into this new swarm of fairies?
Sure. They're like, he tried to go to the ceiling, which means he's at least 20 feet up, and they're above him.
Okay.
I don't think you
Can
would
I-
shoot that far. Is it a 20-foot spray of pepper?
I mean, we've just created it.
Let's roll a d6. Roll me a
Okay.
d6. That's
If that doesn't work, I want to.
okay, 40 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's not enough to like do much in a swarm of 500, but
Can I reach them with a wave of water? Because if they can't fly,
I mean, here's the
Or is
thing:
it
the
too
moment
far?
you guys start doing stuff,
Right, it's too late.
it's too late.
they're gonna try to do stuff as well,
Okay.
Well,
and it's instantaneous that they enter in and start doing things.
Okay, so we think about doing things and then realize it's a bad idea.
Probably a bad idea, and I don't mean to like railroad you guys with
No,
that,
you're
but-
fine.
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the pin and break it. So I'm immediately teleported to
Her
her.
and you.
I want to draw those 500 pixies to her if she's gonna make me attack them.
So
Make them attack me.
you are right there, and she
Do you want me to kill Iggly or what?
she steps right there, and she holds her hand up, and all the pixies like stop right in front of you. You see like a wall of them stand there, and they're all like looking like right at you.
I'm trying my best here.
I don't think you are,
I am.
Belle. If you're trying your best, you'd go and you'd do the job. But no, you went someplace else. No, don't talk to me, Belle. You went someplace else. You went and got friends and brought them back here, which means you have another plan in mind. You have another plan other than the one that I gave you. Therefore, our deal is off. Good luck,
It's
Belle.
probably a bad idea.
This is what happens when you don't do what I ask you to do, and instead try to do something else. Am I making myself clear to you, Pixie?
This is for Remy, and I'm gonna go to punch her in the face.
Go for it. Roll.
God damn! Roll that! I will do anything to protect a friend. Give me this. Ah!
Roll again.
I need so many pluses.
+2.
Okay, that is 5.
5. Cool. You go at point blank to go hit her, and the moment you do, you try to head as you're going there, and she just snaps her fingers, and you hit right off of her.
And then I'll yell, Owin distraction. Some sort of.
okay. I want to create a tsunami with my wild magic.
Oh, okay.
Through like the whole, like just like a massive like hurricane like condition.
Sure. You're gonna catch everybody in the room.
Yeah.
But
You wanted a distraction.
roll me an Arcanica. Actually,
Oh,
don't even roll. I'm going to say that it succeeds. This is your last bit of wild magic. And you're using it to a spectacular effect. Describe to me
okay.
what it is.
Okay, well, he wanted a distraction. Wait, is there anyone else in the room? The guards are in the room now?
There are 6 guards. You 4. Spiderwillow, who's
Where?
on like a platform on that spiral staircase.
Uh-huh.
And then there are 500 pixies.
Yeah. So I want to take the wave and like wipe everyone out. In the people that I want to wipe out. So if it's a round room and the guards are like all behind us, say, the wave starts and wipes them out and comes around to get like her and the pixies as
Cool.
well.
Cool.
As the wave is coming at us, can I do have a jar of like Arctic air. Can I fire that at the wave to try and at least slow down the water that's coming towards us?
Roll me a Mechanica to see how well you aim it.
Okay. Because ingenuity is the most powerful magic, and I'm the weather thief. Thank God I used those. So a Mechanica. 6.
6. Okay, so you're able to you're freezing it just around you guys,
Yeah.
right? To like keep you guys. So you freeze it around as the water swirls around, taking those 6 guys, and then it goes up in this typhoon type thing, catching all the pixies. But as it goes around her, she starts to get caught up in it. And as she's getting caught up in it, she like tries to magic it, and it's not working as well as she wants it to. She snaps her fingers, and pixies surround her, and they take the brunt of it, and not her. And you wash everything. And where does all this water go? I'm gonna say that there's a glass ceiling.
Yeah, up and out.
So it goes up out of the top of the glass ceiling, and they get sprayed out. These 6 guys, and I'm going to say how many of them die. 4 of them die.
Nice.
And
Welcome to the club. Murder club.
and they all fall out of everywhere. And everything is wet. I'm going to say you guys have a chance to escape if you want to, or whatever you want to do. You do notice that as it goes away, those pixies that were around here are dropping dead around her, and she's like moving past them and heading down like looking at you guys. And she pulls her pen.
What's that pen for?
I mean,
I'm gonna take
Griff
my-
has seen
Yeah,
these
run.
pens before, and it's time to leave.
Yes. No, I'm always running. Are there
So
any?
you're running.
What
I
are-
just want to know what everybody's going to
I'm
do.
I'm running. I'm
Run.
getting it. I mean, like, I'll follow wherever anyone else goes at this point. Where's Tippin?
Where am I? What happened to me in this entire
assume-
That's a
wave
good.
of
That's a good point.
doom?
I thought
Roll
she
me-
flung you away and into us, and you screamed "Owen distraction."
You said Owen distraction, but the question is,
But I didn't know if I was flung away
roll
into
me
you guys.
a luck.
If he was near me, I would have grabbed him.
He wasn't.
Okay.
He was near
Okay.
her.
Bad luck.
You get caught up in it.
Can I have my dice?
I don't think you are injured. You're wet, and
Okay. Can I use? I'm gonna find a dead pixie and use it to break my fall that I know is happening.
okay. So as the water's going around, you grab a pixie and land, and the water washes over you. And as
And-
everyone runs,
Well, I want to wait. I don't run. I'm looking for Tippin first. I'm like shouting his
gonna-
name, like Tippin, Tippin.
there
like,
are there are
picking up
dead
the
pixies
pixie.
raining down.
I'm gonna take a bite of the death's door root.
Perfect. So you take a bite, and this is what you see. As you're going around looking, Spiderwillow reaches down and picks up a limp and what looks like dead Tippin. And she looks him over, and then pockets him, and
We run.
and
We
then
run.
and you
I
guys
don't run.
run.
I
Are
don't
there
run.
any other doors in this place aside from the one we came in and the one she came
I
from?
mean, there's like 4 doors around you. Like, I mean, if you guys wanted to stay in here, that's fine. Griff, if you want to run, like,
Yeah, all
obviously.
of us
I know,
taking off,
Griff
but
is
we're not
leaving.
We're not going back the way. I'm not going back the way I came.
So you're going back the way you came because that's the obviously way out, or are you going to try to find a different door?
I mean, whatever looks like the fastest way out.
There's a ceiling.
I'm going for the ceiling.
Okay. How do you get out of the ceiling?
Well, since I still have my kind of parachute thing, I can use a couple vials of air to at least propel myself that far.
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay.
So roll me a Mechanica.
Weather Guild. Or actually, that's probably be better for ingenuity. It's the best magic. +2. That would be a 5.
5. Okay, so everything's in chaos. There are dead pixies raining out of the sky. There's water everywhere. It's wind, and it's a typhoon, a tsunami of water that has just come out of nowhere. And you have all this ice, and you know that you have to get out of here. So you put down the parachute. You open up the vials, and it takes you right out the top, and you're up, and you're not in Amenheim anymore.
Oh.
You come out over a beautiful pastoral 10th ward, out in the middle of the country, and you are over what looks like a little town. Little hamlets off in the distance. There's this manor on like a hill, and you were coming out of like a main tower of that.
Okay.
And so you're like
Yeah.
heading down towards that little village,
Breath of the Wild. All right.
and you're heading off that way. What are you're trying to find a different door?
Yeah, I
You just do a door?
Yeah,
or?
I pick a door and I run down it. I
Okay.
run through it.
It's another hallway, another room.
I'm running down.
Where are you going? That's what I'm asking.
Away for starters, and I'm gonna keep looking for Chinley. He's here somewhere.
Okay. So we'll get back to you after that about you running and doing that. Tippin, you are in her, and you're
I'm dead inside
dead.
of her pocket.
And Owen, you saw him, and you killed him.
Okay. I just like stop. And then where is she at?
She's on the spiral staircase. So there was the spiral staircase came down to like a second floor, and she's on like a ledge there where she like reaches down and she picks up this limp, dead, wet Tippin, and she takes him and puts him in her pocket.
Yeah, but
I don't
you
know if it registers.
Yeah, right. Not right now.
And then she takes her pen, and she like cuts her hand, and then writes on her arm. And then as she writes on her arm, she puts it on the side of the wall, and there's a portal that goes there, and she turns and steps through it.
No! Oh no. I'm just sitting there for right now. I'm in shock.
Surrounded by dead pixies.
As
Yeah.
dead pixies rain down around you, you're going from room to room, but mostly this place is now empty. You hear that there are people like leaving, like getting out, and you hear like over like a PA system, like and evacuate, like please evacuate to the nearest exit, like that sort of thing.
Can I find someone that looks fairly small and helpless and grab them?
So what's happening is,
Like grab them by the arm.
I mean, there's a fairy who like stops like as you like.
Where's Chinley?
I'm sorry, who?
The Naiadi looks like a shark. Thresher.
I'm sorry.
Where are we?
You're at Stonehurst, madam. Stonehurst Manor.
So, do I know that name at all?
Roll a luck. Stonehurst is a ward out near the wall. You're at a little hamlet outside in the 10th ward. Like, basically, Griff, as you were falling out, just off to your right is the border wall.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, "You're at Stonehurst, madam. It's a manor?
Who owns this? Who owns the manor?
The Guardians own it, madam."
Ooh, you have problems.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, never mind. I needed a little humor in this moment. You haven't seen a large Nayati who looks like a thresher shark?
No, ma'am. We've been ordered to evacuate.
Yeah, you should do that. Let's go.
Do you need help, madam? Come with me. And she, takes your hand and leads you.
Can you pull up your sleeve for a minute? Both of them?
She, pulls them up. There's nothing there.
Thank you.
Then she leads you outside. And so I think we're going to leave it at we go back to Owin as dead pixies rain down around you and water drips around you. And the last thing you saw was dead Tippin.
It's my fault.
And she breaks down, crumples to her knees, and we end the episode. As the credits roll,
Oh, after credit scene.
the credits roll.
Dark Owen.
And at the very end of it, we arrive at a dimly lit little room. There's a big chair, and we see a little hand scratching at a notebook. And we see a pixie land. No, not a pixie. We see a cat jump up on top of it, and we see the little hand pet the cat.
Like little hand, like pixie little? Or
No, not like pixie,
Gobbin
like
little?
Gobbin, like Gobbin
Okay.
little, Gobbin about Gobbin little, and pets the cat, and the cat nuzzles, and it looks like the cat gets very close to say something, and we hear a, "Oh, bother, I have to get involved," end. And that's it, guys.
I don't like Iggly's sister.
We are, that was the penultimate episode. Thank you so much to our actors tonight. Thank you, guys. That was a great game.
That was fun.
I'm sure is the chat going crazy?
Yeah.
Okay. Chat's going crazy. They love it. Thank you guys so much. Did you guys have fun?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Thank you for having me back.
Yeah.
Vote for me again.
And we will be back next week for the finale of Curiosities. Is there anything on your end, Allie? Anything you want to say?
We look forward to seeing everybody in the chat next week. Make sure you shout it out on your social media. Remind your friends. Invite new people to watch with you, to tune in. We will start streaming very early next week on Tuesday to do sort of a pregame season wrap up, hang out with you guys in the chat. So tune in as soon as you can. We'll probably be on around 5:30 Central Time. If everything goes well. We're also going to dress up. We're going to dress up a little fancy for you guys and have a little party before the game. So join us in the chat as early as you can. Get new people in the chat to watch the finale. And, prep your shock blankets and your emergency chocolate kit.
All right. Last but not least, guys, is there anything you want to plug? Anything in your lives you guys want to plug for the audience? Where they can find you, stuff like that? Anything?
27 Wagons Full of Cotton, Muse Theater Collective, Chicago, Illinois, at Gorilla Tango. Order your tickets online. They're selling out fast.
Yeah.
I play an awful person. It's great.
I saw it. It's beautiful. It's lovely. Go see it.
Thank you.
Anything on you? Anything you want to?
Like my Instagram, Sundog Studios. That's my production company. We're just getting started on Instagram because I'm learning how because I'm a grandma. So, but more to come there.
Yeah.
Sure, two things. I am starting rehearsals for my next show soon, and that is with 3 Cat Productions. When I started this, I was doing a show with them as well. But I'm doing another show where I'm playing the title character in the show. It's a new work. It's called Blue Fish in the Tall Glass Vase. I am playing the Bluefish. So check that out in the month of November. Check out 3 Cat Productions on Facebook or on the interwebs. Also, check out my Instagram because I sell art sometimes. It's crayon art if you wanted to know what kind it was. I like to think it's cool. My
It's way
Instagram is Frank P. Gasparo, Gasparro. Just all one word. Check out that Instagram. If you're interested in my art, send me a personal message and I'll figure out what I can make for you.
Anything for you?
If anyone in the Chicagoland or Milwaukee area is interested in performing on a stage the size of an entire village, or perhaps being a fighter, a singer, a dancer, a comedian, a historical reenactor, at the very beginning of 2018, the Bristol Renaissance Fair will be hosting auditions, and you can go on their website to repeatedly check until they tell you when.
It's a good time, guys.
Last but not least, this Friday at 7 o'clock here in the Twitch stream, I will be running the Tomb of Annihilation with several of my friends, Frank being one of them, Mel and James, and another of my friend named Shauna Brown will also be there. We'll be running through an incredibly tough D&D dungeon from the new Wizards of the Coast D&D book, the Tomb of Annihilation. They're going to make 3 characters because we expect a lot of death, a lot of gruesome, awful death.
More than this.
They're each going to make 3
They're each going to make 3
characters.
characters. So come on and watch it again, 7 o'clock on Friday. And last but not least, thank you guys so much for being here. Again, Warda is not just for us, it's for you guys. And I hope that we create an interesting enough story that you want to come back every week and tell your friends about it. And we'll keep making this stuff as long as you guys want us to be here. So until then, thank you again to all you, and thank you to Allie.
Thank
and
you, Drew.
we will see you guys next time.
Bye.